Stream preview? Feel me? Okay. We are live. Presumably people can hear me talk. Canto 8. This is the first time I'm back to stream for a little bit. Testing things out. And I'm ready to do Canto 8. Family Hierarchy Ishmael is here. I'm not sure I want her. Let me see how she actually is. But we're playing Limbus Company because me and Dante have very similar attributes, primarily both of us being clocks. So obviously I would play Limbus Company. I'm caught up on the story, minus Canto 8, so we will be doing that. Rupture and Poise, W, not W. That is good art though, but I didn't like the little sister character, so I might be wrong. But we're going ahead and gonna go start Canto 8. My days are numbered. And oh. Okay. I'm liking this. The background theme is pretty good. Let's get started. God damn it. Alright. Battle Homeward Bound. I don't remember Nocturnal Sweeping very much, so I hope this is gonna recap me. And I'm gonna bring a Rupture team.
의로움을 세우기 위해서라면.
So let's
이
do
명을
that.
받듭니다.
6. My friend told me that we are starting off 7, so I think
작전 호출.
I'll do this.
저주를
어디 가는지는 관심 없어.
Alright.
안내나 해줘.
Recommend a level 45, not 55. Alright.
투입합니다.
Yeah, sure. This is gonna be good.
꽃이 져
Flowers will
우수수 하늘
petals
가득
fall.
흩날릴 때
A drizzle of blossom sky blotted. Okay. Wait, do I need to turn on auto?
빛깔
is-
잃고 향기
there we go.
멎은들 그
Colors
누가
fade.
슬퍼하나.
Fragrance dies, but who shall mourn their passing?
꽃 갈퀴 손에 들고
To the garden I go,
뜰을
in
나섰건만
hand a flower rake,
떨어진 꽃잎
only
밟을까
to pace, lest crushed
서성거리네.
the scattered blossoms I make.
그러니까 결국 이
Thus,
풍진
in
세상
this troubled world, I breathe. Me too, bud.
눈을 감지 않는다면
To shut my eyes
벗어날 도리가 없겠지.
is my sole reprieve.
보호가 얼마나 고단하고 여의치 않은
Hello, who are you?
여정이었느냐.
험난하진 않았어요. 하루하루가 매일
Oh,
신기하고
wait, oh,
새로운
we're starting
나날이었으니까요.
here. Interesting.
할머니?
Grandmama.
대체 뭐라고 이야기를 나누고 있는 거예요?
We are
식탁이
smash
너무
cutting,
넓어서 말소리도
presumably
잘
from the
들리지
end of
않고.
Nocturnal Sweeping into here.
애초에 이걸 식탁이라고 부르는 게
Can't
맞나요?
even see who are
여기서부터 저기까지 끝이 보이질 않는데요.
big ass table.
어딘가 불편하신 점이라도 있으신가요?
Turn off
혹여
auto
소인이
and
도울 일은
do this naturally. Is there anything bothering you, dear guest? This humble servant can help with any
편?
boy.
당연히 밥
There
먹는데
is something
성가시게
bothering
왔다
me,
갔다 하는 게
alright? We're
제일
in the middle of a
불편.
meal. Can you please stop? Nope.
아니에요.
No.
불편한 거
Not at
하나도
all.
없어요.
Nothing's bothering us at all. Everything's good.
그럼
Now,
보호가
my boy.
친구분들을
When you will introduce me
소개시켜주겠니?
to your new friends, Mama? Lady Wang.
나 참
Oh boy.
남의 부모님을 만나서
I never know how to
어떻게
act in front of others'
영
parents.
어색해가지고.
Where should I look? Is this a
시선을
appropriate
어디를
size
둬야지?
or a polite smile?
이
I hope I don't
정도로 웃으면 되나?
come off too sharp, schmarmy. Schmarmy. Ooh. Using fancy words here. I'm gonna. This background's great. Hey, grandma is in the back. That's, I presume, a whole ass pig.
아,
Is it good?
그럴 필요까지는 없어요.
Haha, it's
내
nothing to
집이다
fuss over.
여기시고 편하게
Think of
있으세요.
this as your own place and enjoy your time here.
아싸, 땡큐.
Thank ya.
라고 하기엔
But
집이
phew,
넓어도
this place is
너무
so
넓어서
huge
편할
that I
수가
can
없는데
hardly relax.
말이지.
I'm
이러다간 물
worried I
한잔
might
마시러
get
가다가
lost going
미아가
out for a cup of
되어버리겠어.
water. I mean, imperial palaces in China do be big.
아, 그건 걱정 마세요.
Don't you worry, we have
안
stray
그래도 미아 보호소
shelters
시설이
located
방
all
곳곳에
around
있거든요.
the house for that. Our
시종분들이
servants
달에
visit
한 번
them once a month to
방문해서
collect anyone who's
길이룡 분들을
unfortunately
구조해
got lost.
주신답니다.
If they're
아,
still
물론
alive, that is.
그때까지 살아계신다면 말이죠.
홍루 씨,
That's a funny.
지금까지 들은
That
것
has to be
중
the funniest
제일
joke
웃긴
you've ever heard.
농담이었어요.
아, 웃기려고 한
I
말은
wasn't
아니지만
joking, but I'm glad
덕택에
you enjoyed it
재밌으셨다면
anyway.
다행이에요.
His days are numbered. I'm gonna be honest. I don't like Honglu that much. But I hope I trust Project Moon to do their best.
그런데 홍록은
I must ask Honglu,
다른
or I
형제들은
spy
어디에
no
있는가?
other sibling of yours here.
그대의
This is quite
환영식이라고
odd,
들었는데
for I had
말이야.
thought this to be a welcome party for you before your return.
내 환영식이기도 하거든.
Ah, Tichun, hello. Hey, this is my welcome party too. Alright, okay, alright.
그리고
Besides,
얼굴만
what
봐도
makes you
인상
think we'd ever want to
구겨지는
see their
놈들을
stupid
보아서
faces
뭐래?
just to get mad? Chat. I know she's soon, but can I kill her? I want to kill her.
같은 식탁에 앉아본 것만
It has
해도
been like 10 whole
거진
years
10년
since
전이야.
we even shared a meal together. I mean, we're both adults.
그리고
Oh,
말
and
걸지
don't
마.
even think about trying to chat
아까
me up.
네가 한 말
Did you already
잊었어?
forget what I said earlier? There's nothing
난 이제
between us
너희들과는
anymore. We're
완전히 등을 돌린
enemies.
사이라니까.
I'm going. Yeah, it's so over.
우리가 먼저
Did
말을
we
걸었나?
initiate the conversation? No.
저는 우리
Oh, I am
포기가
simply glad that my son Baoyu
이렇게 제
has
몫을 하는
returned
사내가
to as a
되어
man
무탈한
who
모습으로
can now
돌아오니
more carry his own weight and
그것만으로도 더 이상
unharmed
바랄 게
too.
없으니 그러니
Oh, don't worry, man. We have tortured your son plenty enough. So Baoyu,
재촉할 생각은 없지만 다음
I don't
출가
mean to rush,
날짜는
but when are you
언제니?
planning to depart again? This is gonna be awkward.
아직 정해진 건 없어요.
Nothing has been
어머니.
decided yet, mother. Oh, I see.
그렇구나.
I am
나는
simply
그저
concerned that
이곳에
were
계속
your stay
머물러
here to be
있다가는
prolonged,
네 소임을
perhaps you might
다하지
fade
못하고
before your
저물까봐
duties are completed.
염려스럽다. 가모님도 그렇게 생각하지
Do you not
않으십니까?
also agree, venerable Jiamu?
그래,
Indeed.
우리의
Dear
둘도 없는
Baoyu,
진귀한
our
보물.
privileged treasure,
이 속세에
carry not
남아있지
over
말고
long in this
때가 되면
mundane
다시
world.
떠나 그
Leave
가치를
when the
다하거라.
time is right and fulfill your worth. Alright.
그럴게요.
Okay,
할머니.
grandmother.
어머니.
Mother. Throughout the entire familiar discussion, Honglu's expression remained the same in that tranquil, perpetual smile. Man seething, coping. Don't worry, I also hate my family in this way. Despite his return, after years of wandering, being met with the family obvious push to make him leave as soon as possible. Well, being the dark horse of the family, I kind of get it. He stands unaffected, as though he were expecting this gaudy yet hollow welcome. Tick. With his attitude being so passive, I had no choice to but watch as a bystander. A few hours ago. Oh boy, time to see how we got here. Okay. District 8, let's go.
이제 곧 가마가
그래서-
오겠군요.
The clinic will be here soon. A manic? What? I don't know what that
가마!
is.
오, 우와, 여기는 무슨
Whoa,
가마를
so
타고
cool.
다니나
That
보네.
sure sounds
그치
like a
그래?
fancy ride. That's super, Greg. We're not beating the allegations between Ruby and Greg, are we?
그래 소두 씨. 우리가 그
Oh yes,
가마라는
are
것을
we getting
타고
a
가는 거지?
clinic or whatever it's
그렇지.
called to give us a ride all the way to the mansion? The usual comedies pair death vespers to lighten the mood are particularly appreciated today, as tragically ineffective as they seem to be.
네. 여러분들과 가시춘
The
씨는
LCB and
H사의
Joshua
주요
will
가문의
be
일원이
headed
거주하는
to
대관원으로 가시게 될 거예요.
Grand Garden View, where one of the most prominent families of H Corp reside. If they sent the whole planet to pick us up, huh? Does Honglu's family already know that he'll be participating in the family hierarchy war? Oh, we're going to war, right? Right. All right, let's go.
아니요.
No, it's
그쪽에서는
unlikely that
아직
they are
모르는
aware.
사안일 겁니다.
After all, it can be assumed
회사도
that
정보
most
유출을 막기
likely
위해 방금
most likely
저희에게
reason that
이
the company
사항을
waited until the
전달했을
last
테니까요.
minute to relay this order was to minimize the chance of information leakage. All hail Limbus Company.
그저 귀향한 홍루
Therefore,
씨와
it would be
가시춘
correct to
씨를
presume that the
환대하기 위해 보낸
planet is
것이겠죠.
merely a gesture of welcome for Honglu and Jiachun's return,
그런 만큼 가마를 타고 갈 수 있는 건
which means the only
초대를
invited
받은 여기
Honglu,
홍루
Jiachun,
씨와
and their
가시춘 씨,
factions can ride the
그리고
planet to
그들을 따르는 세력들뿐.
Aegilia.
LCCB 팀과 베르길리우스
Unfortunately, this means
씨,
the
카론 씨는
LCCB,
함께할 수 없죠.
Virgilius, and
안타깝게도.
Charles will not be able to join me on this journey. The Renegades will not be joining us.
아쉽네요.
We're doomed.
같이 갔으면 좋았을 텐데요.
That's too bad. It would have been nice to if we could all go there together.
항상 이런 식이지.
Just
우리
as
집
petty as I
어린이들.
expected from the seniors of our
여기 있는
family.
사람들 다
We would kill
재워도
them to
티도 안
house
날
a
만큼
handful
넓은
more
회사.
people in that humongous park of a house. It's not like they noticed the difference.
어머나, 그
Oh
말은
my,
좀
how
감동인걸요?
touching. Looks like
가시춘
Miss
씨도
Jiachun
저희와 헤어지기 아쉬우셨나 봐요.
thinks she'll miss us too.
방금 전에 시원하게 내 뒤통수를
What a thing to say
후려쳐놓고
to my face.
말하는
That
꼬락서니가
shameless
얄밉네.
backstabbing. Ooh, okay.
애초에
I mean, do any of you
가주대전에
even
참가한다는 게
comprehend what it means to
무슨
participate in the
뜻인지
family
다
hierarchy
알고
war?
승낙한 거야?
Hierarchy war, not hierarchy. I can't. Blank.
우리가 가주심사라는
Do you
버젓한
even
명칭을 두고
understand why we
왜
call it a
대전이라고
war
말하고
when
다니는
the
거라
official
생각하는
name
거야?
for it is an evaluation? Well, presumably we're all gonna fucking die.
너희는 이제부터
You're risking your lives by
언제든지
getting
목숨이
involved in
노려지는
this.
곳으로
Once you get in
들어가는
there, you'll be
거라고.
stalked at every turn by people looking to kill you. Standard dynasty politics, I understand. Including
나를
me.
포함해서.
Well, good luck to you. But we already know. Presumably you're gonna die. Take
객잔의 일을 벌써
Remember,
잊었어?
a way saved your life back
그때는
at that
예의가 네
fake
목숨줄을
Kazan. Now imagine
지켜줬지만
the same scenario,
이젠
except this time it could be worse.
밤중에 직접
It could be
목숨줄을
and
끊는
be
남자를
way
찾아갈
who's
수
there to kill
있다는
you.
거야.
미리 유감이라는
I
말씀을
must
드리는 편이
say,
좋겠습니다.
time that it is truly
당신들에게는
is a truly regrettable
칼끝
turn of
비교하고
events. I do not
싶지는
wish to fight
않았습니다.
any of you, but I do like his drip though. Wei looked at us with an unfamiliar and cold, intense glare.
그건
Well,
우리도
we feel very much the
마음이
same.
통했네요.
Looks like we're on the same page there. Oh, Sinclair.
반대로 말해서
This means I'm
너희도
also fair game.
언제든지
You could also
나를
you could
찌를
stab
수
me in the back
있다는
again.
뜻이기도 해.
Literally this time. I mean, we're nice people. You're gonna die anyway. Probably. We don't need to fight you.
아니요.
No, no, no.
그럴 생각은 절대.
Sinclair, if you finally meet someone shorter than you, you could just beat them up. Jiachun ignored Sinclair's anxious pleas and looked straight towards Honglu.
마음을 바꿀.
This
마지막
could be
기회일
the
수도
last chance to
있어.
change your mind, brother.
나는
I
마냥
didn't invite
가벼운
you to
마음으로
join
내
my
세력에
faction
들어오라고 제안한
with a
게
light
아니야.
heart.
하물며 가주대전에는
Besides, it's the family
그렇게 쉽게
hierarchy.
한다만다를 결정할 수 있는
This isn't
문제는
something you can just
절대.
flippantly decide that you want to participate.
네가 그렇게
I know.
살아왔듯이 지춘
The life you've lived, Shichun. Okay,
나 역시도 어렸을
I also
때부터
grew up hearing the
가주대전에
countless
대한
tales
이야기를
about the family
수도
hierarch
없이
war,
들으면서
just as you
살아왔잖니.
did.
그러니
War.
우리가 느끼고 있는
The weight
무게감은
we're feeling must be
같을
the
거야.
same. Nice gripping of your hand.
그래,
Right.
여리게 남아
So
이어져
this is
왔던
where our
협력
tenacious
관계는
alliance really ends.
여기서 끝인 거네. 뭐 상관없어.
Well, I
필요에
hope you
의한
win.
잠깐의
Well, we're gonna
동맹치고는
win, but I hope you
너무
win,
오래
Judge,
끈
and you should.
팬이겠지.
Shoot. Man. I'm gonna mispronounce so many Chinese names. Well, not like I care. It did drag a little too long for a temporary alliance forged out of convenience.
원래대로
I mean,
돌아가는
La Mancha
것뿐이니까.
line was pretty fun. We're just gonna go back to how things used to be. That's all.
그럼 태평이
And
말이나
that's fine
섞는
by
건
me. I think that's
여기까지
enough
하도록
chit chat
할까?
with you then.
네가
That's
원한다면
what you want.
그렇게. 아, 시춘.
Bichun.
뭐
What?
가문의 사람들에게는
Please.
내가
don't tell them
참가한다는
I'll be
이야기를
participating,
하지
will you?
말아줄 수 있겠니?
Wait. Alright.
당분간은
I'll
비밀로
still
두는 편이
keep this a
좋다고 해서
secret for
말이야.
that. Ha.
이제 와서 그런
Tell
부탁을
me one
한다고
reason I should do
내가
that.
그걸 들어줘야 할
Do
이유가
that.
있나?
Do that favor now. For someone who supposedly doesn't care, she appeared rather hurt as she took a moment to glare at Honglu, biting her own lower lip. I mean, then suddenly strode right up to him. Go?
이게 정말 오빠의 선택은
Is this
맞아?
even your call, brother? Glory to Limbus Company.
아니면
Or are you just following
그냥
their
저쪽이
orders?
시켜서 하는 것뿐이야.
She gestured toward the rest of us with her chin. I mean,
내가 가주대전에 참가하는
my
건 이미 정해진
participation
일일
in the family
텐데
hierarch war
그걸
is already
궁금해하는
decided. If you're
거라면
curious to know why, then
시춘 너는
Zichun,
내
do you believe
선택이라는
that my
것에
choices
중요한
carry
의미가
any
있다고
significant
생각하는
meaning?
거야?
Oh
아,
boy.
또 그렇게 나오겠다는
I see
거지.
what's up. This crap.
가주대전이 어떤
I
의미인지
already know what
알면서
participating in the war means.
내가 왜 그런
Just
걸
have
물어봤는지
no idea why
모르겠다고?
it ever asks you something like that, huh?
대답은 됐어?
Fine.
더
Looks
말
like I
섞을
don't even
필요
need to hear
없겠네.
your reply. There's no point in trying with you anymore.
그런 얄팍하고
At
허튼
least I'll have
마음으로
fun watching how far you get
어디까지
with that
살아남을지
shallow,
보는 것도
meaningless
재밌겠다.
attitude of yours. That smile is cute, though. Hey, wait. She can't understand you, Dante. Chun appeared pretty distressed after that exchange. So I was about to say something when Pilot, who had been fiddling with the radio behind Saw, began shouting urgently.
과장님, 곧
Well,
가마한 대가
manage yourself.
도착한답니다.
A planet has been seen coming this way.
어제를 생각하면
Okay.
오늘은 푹 쉬면서 가고 싶다고. 그럼 빨리
I
타러.
like to be a bit chill. I like to chill a bit today. Yesterday was too rough. Let's head over so we can at least relax on the way there.
아니, 지금 온 건 우리가
We're
먼저
taking
탈게.
this
어차피 양보해주는 거엔
You
도가
never think
탔을 거 아니야.
twice about giving things
오빠.
up to others anyway, do you, brother?
그런 게 어딨어? 공평하게
What the heck do you mean?
그 있잖아
Come on, let's do this
가위바위보라든가.
fair and square with like rock paper scissors and scissors.
야,
Well, sure.
차라리
Why not decide
가주대전도
the next
가위바위보로
part
결정하자고
with
하지
a game
그래?
of rock paper scissors too. How's that? I mean, that would be fun. Shichu gave us a wry grin before leaving. Wei followed her wordlessly.
아이고.
Boy, I
겨우 좀
thought you were
치료는
finally
해도
making some progress there. Me too.
저기 있다. 가마를
Oh,
기다리고
great.
있는 걸
Are we,
보니
are we beating up
의자가
poor
많은
people
부부가
again? I
분명해.
love beating up poor people. Look, over there, there's a group waiting for the planning. One of them must be the candidate. The client told us about. Oh boy.
저쪽에서 몰려오는 괴한들이
Everyone, there's a group of hostile-looking people coming our way.
후보를 노리고 습격을 지시한 자가
Yuhua.
사이와뿐은 아니었을 테지.
Iwa is
관리자,
unlikely to be the one
다음
who's
가마가 오기
going
전까지
after other candidates.
잡졸들을
Executive
처리하는
manager.
편이 좋을 것 같습니다.
We best take care of them for the next Panikino rounds. Alright, sure. Yeah. What can we do, right? War. This is going. This is gonna be a long ass chapter, isn't it?
이번 의뢰가 끝나면 선배에게 찻집을 같이 가자고 해보려고요.
Okay, I understand that.
그건 월세가 해결되면 생각해볼게.
This is gonna be fun. Anyway, I'm Project Limbus. I do not
이상하게
read.
울고짖는군.
I
개체에게
do not
치명적인
skills
손상을
with press
입히는 데
with rate and
성공했습니다. 앞으로의 전투도 이대로
the recommended level for this is 45. We're gonna stop them.
확인 사살.
I should probably make sure that
다시
LCD
복구하기 힘들걸요?
is level 55.
직전의 공격처럼 개체에게 치명적인
Otherwise,
일격을
my ass
발견.
probably around the chapter. I wonder what horrible horror is gonna happen later on this
다시
chapter.
복구하긴 효력거든.
계속하면
We
되겠네.
already know we're cut us into the demo, so
표적
should be
확인.
fine. Oh boy, I love
타겟 제거 확인.
긍정적인 신호다. 마음은 놓지
I'm going to be honest with you, Chad. I rolled for mouth out.
무슨 통끈.
꽤 나쁘지
People
않은
keep saying
공격일
she's
수 있어.
overpowered, and I don't know how she's overpowered.
한눈에 알아보시는
So
올바른 방법으로
we're gonna figure that out this chapter.
이것이 바로 정보의 힘입니다.
If I could figure that out this chapter, I think we'll be good.
분위기 좋은데? 지금이랑 한 단계 의뢰를 성공시킬 수 있게.
But I think the goal for this stream is for me to finish Act 1. And once I finish Act 1,
있는 해결사가 도시에 많아져야 할 텐데 말이야.
I assume Act 1's gonna take about 3 hours.
이상하게 울고짖는군.
Because after that I need to pop off and then do something else. And then hopefully tomorrow I can stream part 2. But I will do as much as I can today. But the goal is to beat Act 1. And later, probably off stream, I need to do a mirror dungeon run. Or do a few mirror dungeon runs so I can get the last mirror dungeon 5 achievement.
더 이상 식별되는 적은
아,
없습니다.
No more
관리자.
sightings of enemy reinforcements. Executive Manager. Phew.
그래도
At least there's an end to
전날처럼
them
끝도
this
없이
time. The
몰려오진
guys
않아서 다행이네요.
that attacked us when we first got here were endless.
오,
That's
그때는
because we
얄팍한
walked
술수에
right
속아
into a trap
넘어갔었으니까.
then. Shallow, but still.
그보다
Anyways, she
기분이
should
많이
appear pretty
상하신
hurt
것
by that,
같죠?
isn't she?
시춘 씨.
Yeah, I mean, Honglu doesn't mince his words.
그런데 이번 일은
Honestly,
시춘이가 서운해할만
I get
했어.
why she feels so betrayed. Yeah.
우리가 들었던 헝룬의 가족을
Remember all those
생각해봐.
stories about Honglu's
그
family we
난리통
heard? I
속에서
imagine
유일하게
you're one
동맹의
of their
여지가 생겼던
kids thinking
사람인데
about things
갑자기
that you finally
배신이라니.
found like a potential ally in your family, only for him to pretty much stab you in the back last minute. Yeah.
그러게요.
Yeah,
괜히
right?
지켜보고
It
있는
was really
저도
awkward for me
덩달아
too, even though I
민망해질
wasn't
뻔했지
exactly
뭐예요.
involved. Yes, I'd chime in nonchalantly as I thought it wasn't her who pulled the plug on our alliance at the last second.
아니
That
근데
is true. Anyway,
명색이 H사인데
where's our
왜
escort? I
가마만
can't
별로
imagine
보내주는
that each
거예요?
corp can't
기왕이면
afford to send us
호이들도
guards
같이 보내주면
with
좋잖아요.
their Anakin. I know they upgraded the portraits recently. I kind of want to see a little portrait update for some of
호위까지
the
보내줄 만큼
Limbus company
가족애가
portraits
넘치는
on
집안이었으면
their actual.
처음부터 가주 심사니
PNGs,
문의하는 것도
which would be
열지
nice.
않았겠죠.
If this family loved each other enough to send escorts for their safety, I doubt they'd be holding a cutthroat ceremony like the family hierarch evaluations. War.
철저한
In a
약육강식의
world
세계.
where might makes right, where the strong prey on the
가주
people
후보들조차도
who
수십
won't
명은
bat an
있을
eye,
테지만
even if one of
그들 중 누구 하나가 길바닥에
dozens
죽어
of
있다
candidates is
해도
found dead in a
눈
ditch
깜빡하지
on the
않을
road.
테고.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Well, luckily for Honglu, I, Dante, can make sure he comes back to life.
실례했어요, 홍루
Oh,
씨.
sorry, Honglu.
제가
I
너무
must have been
직설적으로
running my
말을
mouth again
내뱉었네요.
without thinking about how that sounds.
예전에는 이쯤 말하기 전에 누가 나서서
Someone
말려줬는데
usually
말이죠.
stopped me before I got too far. So you're
개념치
fine.
마세요.
You're lovely.
다 맞는 말일
Don't worry.
뿐걸요.
You didn't say anything wrong.
저도
Grinning.
다른 집들은 이렇지 않다는 걸
Coping through his
깨닫기까지
teeth.
조금 오래 걸리긴 했지만
It took me a while to realize that other families weren't like this, but
있는 그대로의
there
지금의
is no reason
불쾌함을
to be upset by the way
느낄
things
필요는
are.
없으니까요.
Alright, that should be number 1 out of
오늘
33.
부끄럽지 않았습니다. 의를 바로 세우는 데 일조하였으니
Yes. Okay.
내일은 더 떳떳이 살아갈 수 있겠군요.
Very fun that we actually get access to 7 units. Oh boy, your story. Okay. 8-2, the bell tolls. What is that ominous metallic noise? Well, that's probably our ride.
타종의 소리인가 보.
The toiling of bells.
하지만
Bells.
보통의 종처럼
Resonance unlike
청명한
any
울림은
other.
아니구려.
Normally marked by their clarity.
뭔가
This
탁하고
bell
불길한
is muddled, as if tolls for ill fortune on the horizon.
아, 이 소리를 들으니까 고향에
And that
왔다는 게
bell sure
더욱
is a
실감나네요.
resounding reminder that I'm home again.
이 종소리는 일정 시기가 되면 반드시
auspicious
들려오는
bell.
소리랍니다.
The
홍원의
bell that
어디에
tolls
있던
every
간에요.
once in a while. You can hear its resonance from anywhere in Hongyan, Hongguan, Hongguan. There we go.
제적일이네요.
It's restructuring day. I can't read it. I can't read that. What does that mean?
네? 제적일이라는 건
But the restructuring day is a day already. She trails off, unable to finish her sentence as a brutal scene unfolds behind us.
보여요?
Oh, are you guys seeing this? Wait. Are the buildings turning?
건물들이 제각각으로 움직이고 있어요.
Oh boy. Okay, I like this corp. I like this the city already. The buildings all tethered to a complicated network of rails for either rising from or sinking into the earth. Oh hell yeah.
이 근방에 있는 모든 건물에
Movement has
움직임이 관측된다.
been observed from every building in the vicinity. Everything is changing. Okay, good. Merceau is alive? We haven't had a Merceau ID or ego in so long. I did not know if his VA was alive. So we're good.
어젯밤에 작달막한 소란이
The
있긴
localized
했으나
shifting of structures
이
we had
정도의
observed
규모는
yesterday
아니었네만.
were not as sweeping as this.
밤중에 보셨던 건
Sweepers.
제적일의 전조 현상이었을
What we saw
거예요.
last night must have
공간의
been a
재분배를
premonition
위해
of the restructuring
알맞은
day,
위치로
nudging some
조금
buildings
이동했을
to their
뿐일걸요?
positions for a smoother overall redistribution of space. I love moving buildings. It's so
제대로
cool.
된 시작은
Now
지금부터일
this
테죠.
is illegal. Oh boy.
그게 전조
Huh? That whole
현상이었다고요?
mess was just a premonition? I'm a premonition. Me.
지금의 홍원보다도
It's a remnant
훨씬
of an
전에
old H
H사
corp that was
까남긴
here
잔재라고
long
할까요?
before the
그때부터
current
지금까지
Hwangmyeong.
이어져 내려온 건물이라
This structure
정확히
has been here a
어떤
while, so we
무엇을
can't
위한
know the
특이점인지는
nature
알 수
or purpose
없지만
of a singularity. But at this
지금은
point,
현 H사의
they
제적일
shift
기준에 맞게
based on
움직이고 있을
current
뿐이죠.
H Corp's restructuring standard. Okay.
모든 것은 하루아침에 이루어지는 조립.
They're singing. The world's assembly shifts overnight.
최선을 다해서 노력했다면 두려울 것이 없네.
Yet those who toil and toiled have not to fear.
살만하지 않겠는가? 조금이라도 발붙일 자리가 생겼다는 건
Is it not joyous to have a place to rest your feet tonight?
만약 그게 아닌 자가 있다면 어쩔 수 있겠나?
To those who weren't availed of fortune, this is simply the reality to bear.
그저 조용히 물러가서 운명을 받아들이는 수밖에.
The only choice is to retreat in silence, to accept your fate as one might.
그 다음 달을 기다리면서 이 몸뚱이 하나
Wait.
건사할 방법을 궁리해야지.
Okay, I'm gonna be honest, I don't know enough about Korean or Chinese, but it sounds like they're speaking Chinese. In the song. Await the current month. Ponder how one might save their skin.
오늘은 몇 명이 떨어지고 몇 명이 버텨내려나.
How many shall plummet today, and how many shall remain?
부디 모든 걸 너무 꽉 움켜쥐고 있지 마시게.
Hold on, not to all things too tight.
놓아야 할 때를 모르고 떠나야 할 때를 모른 척하게 될 테니.
Okay, no, I think they're actually speaking Korean, or singing in Korean. For you may lose sight of where to let go, and feigned ignorance when you must take flight.
제조립의 말로는 영원한 추락인가.
Oh. Why are they falling? Why are they falling? The consequences of reassembly for the evicted is an endless plummet. Oh no.
보고만 있기에는 괴로운 광경이구려.
What a terrible, distressing sight to behold, unable to do aught to help. Yeah.
그것도 H사의 특징인가요?
Is this another one of those H-Corp's idiosyncrasies?
다른 종지에도 부의 척도를 재는 특출난 가치가 존재하지
I don't
않던가요?
know. Didn't other nests also have their own measures of one's wealth? Oh, buddy.
T사가 시간을 재화로 썼던
As
것처럼 말이요.
T-Corp makes use of time as currency?
맞아요.
Yeah.
이곳 홍어는 그 척도와 재화가
Currency is based on
공간의
how
소유
much space
규모인
a person
단이라는
owns,
단위로
measured by
결정된답니다.
scale they call rooms. Okay.
소유한 건물의 면적이 곧
Id
재산의
measure
척도라는
of one's
말이구려.
space is the measure of one's wealth. Okay.
네,
Exactly.
그래서 한 달에 한 번
Oh boy, they're
평가된
the
노동의
ultimate
가치와 소득의
landlords.
양에 따라서 각자가 가지고 있는 공간의 면적이 정해집니다.
Exactly. So once a month, the worth of each person's labor and the quantity of their income are measured to determine how much space they are assigned.
잘 살고 있다가
Buddy.
갑자기 내 집에서
They can just kick
밀려난다는
me out
거야?
of my home for no reason? Yes.
아니 뭔 그딴 해괴멍측한 규칙이 다 있나?
What the? Just what kind of ridiculous rule is that?
이곳에서 한
Wow.
번도 나고 자란 적 없는
It might
저희야
appear
그렇게
that
느끼겠지만
outsiders like us,
오래전부터
but the
존재했던
calculations
홍원의
behind these
규칙인데다
redistributions are
분배의
meticulously
방식과
designed and have
계산도
been here
정교하기
for a
때문에
long time.
이곳에
This
사는
seems that
사람들은 모두
everyone just
자연스럽게
accepts this as
받아들이는
an
것
actual part of their
같더라고요.
lives. I love the city we live in.
그럼 홍루 씨도 직접 보신
Have
적이
you
있으세요?
seen this happen in person too, Honglu?
이 제적일이라는 곳이요.
This restructuring day?
보았죠?
Well, yeah, I have. Of course, you grew up here.
제 방에 있는 난간에서
Sometimes
가끔 바깥의
I'd watch the
풍경들을
cityscape
바라보고
from
있으면
behind the railings of my room.
아주 멀긴 했지만
It happened
분명히
far,
보이곤
far
했어요.
away from me, but I could see it all very well. His expression remained tranquil and still as he calmly reminisces. It was like that, but he was merely watching the featureless scenery pass him by.
제가 살았던 대관원은 제적일에 별 관심이 없었어요.
Dag Yuan.
그곳은
My
방이
old home was
늘어날지언정
never too concerned about the
줄어들기는 곳이었거든요.
restructuring days. We'd only get more room. We'd get more room some days, but we never ever shrink. The biggest fish
그래서
gets the
저는
fry.
바라만 볼 뿐이었죠.
So I've never been affected by
제가
these
머물던
restructuring
방에서.
days. I've only ever witnessed them as they happen beneath me, high up in my room.
너는
Rich boy.
그래.
You're
뭐할 수 있는 일은
fine.
없었겠지만
I doubt there's anything you could have done, but the system, the systems we are born in, the fact we are,
이런 꼴을 보고도 그냥
you just sat on your hands and watched all this shit? Yes, in fact, a child would do that. Heathcliff trailed off, but I could see that he was gritting his teeth. Yeah.
가만대가 더 도착한다고 합니다.
Another palanquin is coming.
당신들을 태울 가마가 온 것
And there's
같네요.
your ride. I
이야기는
think we've chatted
그만하고
enough,
타러 가시죠.
so let's get you guys going. This
이게
is a palanquin.
네, 그래도
Yep.
여럿이서 타도 될
Looks like they
만큼
sent us a
큰
palanquin
가마를
large enough to
보내주셨네요.
comfortably sit a big crowd of people together.
하복 도련님이야.
Young
이긴
Master
12분
Zhao, how are you? His 12 honored guests, is that right? Yes. Today we are his apostles, I suppose.
13인데요?
It's 13 to be exact? But I thought Saud wasn't invited.
잠깐.
Whoa, whoa.
소인이 듣기로는 분명
Hold your
복
horses. I was
도련님의
told that
세력은
young Master Bao's
한
faction was just 12
12명이라고
people.
했는데요.
I mean, yeah. Upon hearing that, Saud began aggressively striding towards him, causing the Pelican Bear to shrink in fear. Oh,
왜 이렇게 무섭게
Whoa.
다가오시는지.
Slow down, lady.
12
We
맞는데요?
are 12 people. What's wrong?
설마 당신
I
눈에는
mean,
이게 멀쩡한 세가의 인원으로 보이시나요?
don't tell me this thing looks like a normal, contributing member of a clan to you. Wait, what? I'm being bullied? No, Dante. Saud suddenly grabs my shoulders and presented me before the barrel like I was some product. I mean, basics. I'm sorry, Dante.
공원에서는 흔한 머리는 아니지만
I mean, this is a pretty unique head one's got there. I don't think I've seen anything like it around here in Hongyang. But isn't that just a prosthetic in the shape of a clock? I guess, but still.
생각을 좀 해보세요.
I mean, let me
당신이라면
ask you something.
아무리 돈 없는
Can you
애잔한
imagine why
인생이라
anyone in the
하더라도
right mind would stick a
시계를
clock on
머리로
their head?
붙이시겠어요?
A clock where their head's gotta go. Even if they're hurting for cash? This is racism. I would do this instantly.
에이, 말이 되나요?
No way, ma'am. Never.
공원엔 더
There are
다양한
more
재주를 부릴
versatile
수 있는
biomodifications
생체 시술이
available
차고
here in
넘치는구먼.
Hongyang than whatever that hack. God damn, they're roasting me. Nobody in the right mind would.
제 말이요. 대체
Exactly,
무슨
right?
사연인지는 몰라도
No idea what went down, but this fellow here
세상엔 우리가
sure
모르는
seems to have fallen on
착각한
hard
처지가
times.
많은 법이죠.
Too bad we live in a world where such misfortune can fall upon an honest soul like them.
아이고, 이거
Oh boy.
사기구만
Looks like this
사기.
one got scammed.
이 어떤 뒷골목에서
that's
그랬는지
the
몰라도 아주 단단히 당했어.
Whatever backstreets they got that from must have been a real scoundrel who did it. Tisk. Yeah.
더군다나 시간도
I'm
안
being
맞고
pitied.
제대로
Even
된
though
의식도
look at my cool
없어요.
fire hair.
이거 봐요.
My nice clock.
입이 없어서 째까기는 소리 내는 것밖에 할 줄 아는 게
And
없다니까요.
look, even the clock isn't on time. This poor person is barely conscious. Look at all they can do is make these weird ticking noises because they don't even have a mouth. Saud, I know you're a manager, and I'm a manager, but can I clock you? Those were some pretty damn hurtful things to say, but I decided not to take them at face value. It was pretty obvious what she was trying to do. That is true. Someone tells Saud, I'm getting dizzy. I am getting dizzy. We're getting attacked.
아이고, 정말이네. 누가 이런 전인 공로할 짓을?
Good grief, you weren't kidding. Who would have done something so awful?
다행히도
It's
우리
a real
마음씨
blessing
고운
that young Master Bao
도련님이
got such a
다른 경지에서
kind-hearted
시계상이
soul.
팔고 있던
He
걸
simply could
차마
not
눈
walk
뜨고
past
못 보겠다
Timepiece
싶어서
Emporium
좋은
selling
거예요.
this human being.
홍원에선 다른
some
머리로
sort of
교체하는 것쯤은
A toy
일도
or
아닐
tool, so he
거잖아요.
picked them up on their to get their head replaced with something proper. Hongyang's got more than enough reasons for something like that, right?
아, 그야 그렇지요. 돈만
Oh
넉넉히
well,
있다면
you're not wrong.
전신까지 싹 다 교체하는 건 일도 아니니.
It's really easy to swap out your whole body as long as you got the cash to burn. Well, we're about to go somewhere pretty rich. What? A new head for me? But I like my head. I'm a clock.
그렇죠? 그래서 보옥
See what I
도련님의
mean?
세력원은
So that's
저
what they
포함
told you about the young Master
12인 거예요.
Bao only has 12 people in his faction, including yours truly. So,
그래 보입니다.
are you gonna
하지만
die this
저희도
chapter?
무작정 태워주기엔 곤란.
Are you gonna die this Canto? Well, I see your point, but we can't just.
곤란하시다는 건 우리 도련님도 아주 잘 알고 계시죠. 그래서 이렇게 작은
Saud
성이라도
speaks so much. Let us on board, yes. Our young master fully understands the moral conundrum you find yourself in, so we'd like to offer you this tiny token of appreciation. I love bribery. Bribery is so powerful. Into the Pelican Bear's phone.
헤헤.
Oh man, oh lady, you
이러시면 안
really shouldn't do
되는데.
this. I really shouldn't.
그리고
Oh,
아시죠?
and another thing. I'm sure
이런저런
I
이야기가
don't need to tell you
새어나가면
this, but
괜히
the
일이
word of this gets out,
복잡해지잖아요.
things might get pretty messy for the both of us, and that doesn't have to happen, does it? Real.
알다마다요.
Indubitably,
우아하니
man.
사정도 딱해
I'm
보이고
doing
해서
this purely out of the goodness of my
이번만
heart,
그냥
after all.
태워드리는
What
거요.
a free ride for the downtrodden, eh?
안 된다는 놈이 왜 돈은 자연스럽게 주머니에 넣고 있는 거냐?
It seems to me that Luke's doing this purely out of interest in the fatness of his wallet. I mean, get that bag.
자자, 거기서 그만 쑥덕거리고 이제 그만
짜잔.
올라타시죠.
Alright. Stop gossiping over there and get on board. Do not use that emoji, Dante. Wait. Are we leaving Pilot alone here? Yes. Pilot seemed to have not noticed me staring in his direction. He stopped fishing with a radio and waved at us.
아, 저는 여기서 처리할 것이 남았습니다. 걱정 마시고 몸속이 다녀오시면 됩니다.
Don't you worry about me. I'd have a safe trip over there. I've got some stuff to handle on the outside. 10-4 Pilot.
가마보다는
Ooh.
고급
Okay, this is pretty good.
리무진답구려.
Design is more akin to an extravagant limousine than a pelican.
이
Yeah.
샴페인
Oh, I know what a pelican
마셔도
is
되는
now.
거야?
I figured it out. Oh look, a bottle of champagne. Can I chug this? Yes.
무슨
Let the alcohol
작전 중
drink.
음주는
Of course not. Drinking while on a mission is.
자,
Oh no. Serious time. Okay. With a quick clap, Sod promptly put an end to the hubbub that was unexpectedly flashy appearance on the Pelican caused. Her demeanor had shifted entirely into that of a calm and collected strategist, a far cry from a person who chatted up a storm with the bearer just a minute ago. Well, she's a Limbus company manager, so she has to be pretty good.
일 얘기하죠. 일 얘기.
Time to get to work, everyone. Alright. We're cooking. Disruption. God damn it. Alright. Oh, I see now. Yeah. Where's the 8? Yeah, entry XP. Yeah. Okay.
피를 머금을
7
시간이네.
it is.
그리고 그 후엔
Then you'll wait. We just missed the entire plan.
잠깐
Wait,
밖이 소란스럽군.
something's going on outside. Not long after Sod paused over Otis's remark, a grating speaker whine rang out, followed by the worried voice of the bearer on the other end. Alright.
습격이요.
We're under attack. No.
평탄하다 했더니
I thought things were going a
아무래도
little
여러분을
too
방해하고
easy.
싶은
It's no
후보가
surprise that the
여러
other candidates
있겠죠?
are trying to eliminate us just in case. Yeah. Why am I not surprised? Gotta have combat in your Canto. Give me the free lunacy.
직원들 복장 점검은 다 마치셨습니까?
I'm kind of afraid why they're doing
저번처럼
7.
소매 단추를 달랑거리는 차로 제압하는 직원이 되었습니다.
Well, none of that combat is, I'm gonna check the mystery quality. Live for 44 minutes. 1
틈이 벌어졌네.
지금 쏘면 한 발이면 충분해.
back.
우리 의뢰가 아니잖아.
Well, I don't know how much to speak about this. I have the entire continent to catch up on.
올바른 방법으로
And then my plan for after this is I want to do a 100%
여기 확대해봐.
run through of Voices of the Void.
상태가 안 좋군.
Ooh, wait.
지금
I
공격이
know
들어가는
something
게
I need to
보였어.
fix while I'm doing this. No.
사무실 직원을
숨통 끊기.
Practice settings. No.
확인 사살. 표적. 완전 무력. 깨우치시게.
I need to open my mouth more.
여유가 생기겠어. 그런 의미에서 필립군
Right.
쌍화 천지 부탁하지.
금방 해드리겠습니다.
Hello.
이상하게 울고 좀.
My mouth is very. I have a small mouth, chat.
이럴 땐 망설임 없이 공격하는 것이
It's like let me get my setup back.
정확하다. 지금이 바로 기회.
Or
다시 복구하긴 힘들 거야.
꽤 나쁘지 않은 공격 방식이었어.
선배는
there we go.
그걸
표적 확인.
Okay.
뭐 기본이지.
I have my other monitor set up for everything like that.
거쳐.
효력사.
Okay.
좋아.
계속하면
제법
되겠네.
좋은 일격이군.
죽어라.
저런 실력 있는 해결사가 도시에 많아져야 할 텐데 말이야.
저도
Thank you
더
for the comment.
노력해야겠네요.
It's really nice. Powerful
좋아. 생동감이 살아있는 좋은 공간이 됐군.
disruption.
다음 먹잇감도 이런 식이었으면 좋겠어.
Pardon me. I need to burp. Disruption too.
야음을 틈타.
2 combats in a row. I love beating up poor people for lunacy.
임무 시작.
패턴을 파악하는 게 중요해. 집중 잃지 말라고.
This is just padding.
그리고 일단 수정.
I know there's some hard fights in Canto that I can't just win right through, but these are just loops. I'm pretty sure when
이럴 땐
the Mirror
망설임
Dungeon
없이
6 comes out
공격하는
and we get a proper that would just be the level 6
재미
or
벌어졌네.
the
시기 쏘면
weakest encounter.
우리 의뢰가 아니잖아.
I need to check.
올바른 방법으로 개체에게 일격을 가해군.
Because we'll probably get an idea of one
정부의
of them.
힘입니다.
I need to check
숨통 끊기.
what they provide.
꽤 나쁘지 않은 공격 방식이었어.
If we still had 2-star units, then there'll probably be some type of 2-star.
기본이지.
Kill them all
완전
right here.
무력화.
I didn't kill all of them last round. 5 out of lead glamour. Ooh, that's exciting. Oh, that's exciting. Bleed and tremor? Okay. Its target has more bleed, more tremor. Ooh, okay. I'm kind of excited. If I'm a tremor gamer, but I'm doing rupture for this season, and you bleed last season because you get the bleed. I'm a tremor gamer because I'm
사무실 직원을
during time killing time because I wanted
막아내지 못.
everlasting Faust, and I got everlasting Faust, but tremor is just the
개체에게 치명적인 손상이
Game
있다는 것을
style.
인정했습니다.
I like for that.
앞으로의 전투도 이대로만 부탁드리겠습니다.
At least so far.
아직
Your dungeon.
끝내지.
I think your dungeon
끝내지.
from me is easiest with
직전의
Tremor
공격처럼
because my
개체에게
first
치명적인 일격을
MV5
가해봅시다.
super floor 10 clear was with Tremor because there's a gift
아직 죽지
that
마.
just nukes.
아직 죽지 마.
Well, one, Tremor is really good at debuffing because if you put 3 Tremor bursts on an enemy, there's a gift that per Tremor burst you get -5 offense, -5 defense down.
오늘
Great.
부끄럽지 않았습니다. 의를 바로 세우는 데 일조하였으니 내일은 떳떳이 살아갈 수 있겠군요.
Back to story. Petals. Eat 5. More art? No. Or we're just going left to right. Petals. Story time. Let me take a drink.
대관원 입성이요.
Entering Dongyuan now. Despite some troubles on the way, it seems that we've managed to arrive at our destination mostly unhurt. Hey, that's the building that I was looking at earlier. Dagyuan. Honglu's old home.
어이쿠, 시간이 얼마 남지
We're
않았네요.
running out of time.
파우스트 씨,
Oh,
제 작전의 핵심은
I'm pretty
이미
sure you
이해하셨겠죠?
understood the most important part of my plan, right? What is the plan?
그리 보기 좋은 광경은 아닐 거라.
It is unlikely to be a
예상합니다.
pleasant sight to behold.
핵심은 그들이 여러분을
Remember,
죽이려
plan
들어도
hinges on your patience,
당황하지 않고
everyone.
기다리는 것일
Have to remain
겁니다.
calm and wait, even if they freak out and actively try to kill you. I mean, the only one that has to stay alive is me because I'm the healer.
질의 겁을 먹고 처리하라는 명이 떨어질
There's
수도
a chance
있겠죠.
that they might
하지만
panic and immediately order
홍원의
the
가주를
sinners to be
심사하는 자의
executed on the
담력이
spot.
그
However,
정도는
it's
아닐 거라
unlikely
생각합니다.
that the person whose responsibility is to judge the next family hierarch of Hongkong would make such a hasty response. I mean,
그렇죠. 상대의 그릇이 크기만
exactly,
하다면야.
everything's going to be fine as long as the decider has the capacity for patience.
어?
Oh,
죽여?
buddy.
뭔 얘기야?
Oh? Execution? Well, I mean, one of us has already been executed, and that was, Marcel.
그럼 다음 연락은
Great. I'll follow up
1차전을
with
무사히
subsequent
마친 후에
contract
하는 걸로?
once you've safely completed the first round of evaluation. Oh, buddy. Pardon me. After that cryptic exchange, Faust leaped gracefully off the moving pelican as Heathcliff murmured in his half-sleep, "Oh, buddy." We watched the herd grow smaller and smaller as the distance between us grew. But what really caught our eyes were the scattering humans that restructuring had evicted from their homes. They were trying to drag their broken bodies off the road, sobbing and writhing. Yeah, the city.
참혹하네요.
This
저희가 도와드릴
is
수 있는 건
horrible.
없겠지만
There isn't anything we could do to help, but
그런 무력한 감각은 업무
that
효율에 영향을
sense of
끼친다.
futility and powerlessness will negatively impact the efficient performance of your professional obligations. Thank you, Marcel.
차라리 반복하여
Did
병원에
exposure
익숙해짐을
to
추천하고
similar
싶다.
stimuli. It is recommended to desensitize oneself to this sensation. Marcel. You never get desensitized to tits, my friend. Neither will I.
홍루 씨는 집에 돌아가시는
So,
소감이
how do
어때요?
you feel about going back home after so long? Yeah. And Claire changed the subject.
글쎄요.
I don't know.
말해라고 하냐?
Don't even
복잡하겠지.
don't even need to ask him, lad. I know it can't be easy.
나는 중간에 그냥 다시 돌아갈까 생각만
As for me,
수백 번
blindly, I hesitated almost 1,000 times, wondering if I should just turn around and leave.
만약에 문을 두들겼는데
What if I knocked on those gates?
그가 나를
But she, you see, leaf clip came to a suffocating stop. His voice was trembling lightly as he did so. The other sinners stared at him in confused silence.
뭔데요? 말을 왜 하다가 마는...
What is it? Why did you stop in the middle of a... Oh, wow. Look at those cool, these cool windows. I think we could swap them out with other images. That is so true, Dante. Sigh. I quickly tried to swerve from the subject again, but all I got from Ishmael was scolding there that seemed wordlessly tell me not the time.
기억나요?
I remember.
각자의 희노애락이
I
있었던
remember
도시로
what
향했을
happened
때
each
여러분들은
time one of us
모두
returned
버스에서
to the part of the
각자의
city that
풍경을
held
보고
our
있었으니까요.
memories of happiness, anger, sorrow, and joy. As we traveled, I remember that they were all looking at scenery only they could see.
로자 씨는 계속 어설프게 농담을
Roger.
하시려고 했고
You awkwardly tried your best to crack jokes.
싱클레어 씨는
Sinclair
몇 번의 울음을
tried
삼키려고 하셨죠.
your best to hold back the welling tears again and again.
그리고 이상 씨는
Isang,
오랫동안
you
눈을
shut your
감으셨어요.
eyes for a long, long time.
이스마엘 씨는 호수를 내려다보면서 계속
You couldn't
혼잣말을
stop talking to
하셨고
yourself while glaring down at the lake surface.
히스클리프 씨는 잔뜩
Heath-
겁을 먹어서
I saw you
머리를
scared and
수없이
anxious,
매만지셨어요.
shaking your hair over and over again. Wait. Where's If they're going in order, what happened? What happened to my boy Gregor? Wait, and what happened to Don Quixote? You've really been watching us closely, huh?
우리가
Did we
봄 가버리면
spring
꽃잎
leaves,
모두
petals
흩어지고
scatter, all
자기만의 문 찾아
all shall turn around to find the doors to which they belong, turn forevermore.
저는 말이죠. 다들
I think
각자마다
everyone
모아둔
has had
꽃잎들이
a small
있다고
amount
생각해요.
of petals they gather for themselves.
나 없는데?
What? I don't.
그런 걸 왜
Why would
모아?
anyone collect something like that? It's a metaphor.
그러면 아직 버리지 않고 있는
Then you simply
것뿐이죠.
haven't discarded them yet. There was still a transparent smile on his face, but I think I saw a bearing sinking shadow behind him. Oh boy, mental connection. I'm reading your memories. Yippee! The moment I felt that, a familiar light came into view, and I immediately understood what was going on. The golden bow is close and resonating with Honglu's feathers.
꽃잎 묻는 나를 보고 남들은 비웃네.
They watch the flower burial of mine and mock
나
away.
죽고 난 후 묻어줄 사람
Who lays
누구일까?
me to rest once I die?
봄은 가고 어여쁜 얼굴도 늙어가면
When the spring passes, youth passes, as wrinkles shear it all away.
꽃은 지고 사람도 가니 서로 알 길 없구나.
Flowers pass, people pass, and the ignorant they remain to wear they hay. Is that hay? That's close enough.
배우기는 왜 항상 이해하기 어려운 시만 읊어?
Why do you always recite these strange, complicated poems, Dayu? It's her boy, Shabayu.
늙지 않을 방법 같은 건 널렸지 않았어?
There are plenty of ways to remain young, aren't there?
머리카락이 희게 새지 않아도 봄은 지나가니까.
Because we needn't see the snow in our hair to know that spring will pass.
꽃잎들은
I'm
왜
really like
네가
that music
손수
right
치우고
here.
있는 거야?
Why are you cleaning up those fallen petals?
물에 띄어보내면 되잖아. 손에 흙도 다 묻을 텐데.
Just float them away downstream. You'll get dirt on your hands.
아까운 말 하지 마라, 오라버니.
And be so wasteful?
잎들을 다 쓸어버리면 어디 가서 비 오는 소리를 듣게?
How will we hear the sound of falling rain once we sweep all the petals away?
이건 추억이야. 비 오는 날의 추억.
This
그러니까
is a remembrance.
버리지 않을 거야.
Remembrance of a rainy day. So I'm going to treasure it.
그리고 흘러내려가 버리게 되면 꽃을 더럽히게 되잖아.
Besides, these beautiful blossoms get so dirty in the stream if we let them float away.
부욱 오라버니도 부디 품에 있던 잎을 전부 흩어놓지는 마.
So please, don't scatter all the petals from your embrace, big bro Baoyu. Honglu. Is there anyone you miss here at Dagguayan?
네,
No,
없네요.
there isn't.
어떻게 그럴 수가 있어요? 가족들이랑 여러 소중한 사람들을
But how is that
남겨두고
possible?
왔을 텐데요.
Isn't your family here and a bunch of other people who are so important to you?
글쎄요. 잘 지내고 있다
Well,
믿고
as long
있는다면
as I believe them to be doing well,
구태여 그리운 마음을 가질 연유는
there
없으니까요.
isn't any need for me to yearn to see them again. Do you still treasure your petals?
아니요.
No.
출가하면서 전부 흩뿌리고 왔답니다.
I scattered them all the day I departed my home.
그래서 이젠 비 오는
So my
날에는
rainy days are
아무
now
소리도
silent.
들리지 않아요.
See,
보신 거죠? 단테님,
you saw that, didn't you, Dante?
제 기억을.
You saw my memory. I did. Honglu laughed. He wasn't surprised or angry that I peered into his memories.
홍루 씨의 부모님은
You want to
어떤
tell us about your
분이세요?
parents? Or,
아니면 그
yeah, you talked about your
종종
grandmother pretty often?
언급하셨던
What kind of people are
할머니라는
they?
분이라
Sinclair added carefully. Maybe he was trying to commiserate, tenuous as that connection might be. We were headed to his home to meet his family anyway.
두 분 다 이치에 밝으셔요.
Ah, they were both very wise in the ways of the world.
할머니는 항상
Grandmother
저를
always treated
아껴주셨고요.
me preciously.
어머니도
So
아버지도
did my mother.
저를
my father.
아껴주셨죠.
Uh,
거의 다
we're
도착했나봐요.
almost there.
정원이
See
보이네요.
the garden. Pardon me. I'm drinking bubbly, so I'm very gaseous. This one is one massive garden.
본가 안으로
Hey,
들어가려면
that's the place in my
아직 조금
thumb.
남았어요.
We still have some time before we get to the main building.
옛날엔 정원에서 사슴이나 토끼들도 뛰놀았거든요.
I remember the days when deer and hares frolic out here in the garden. Woohoo.
이거 산책하려면 하루 종일도 걸을 수 있겠는데요.
Well, I can see myself taking a long walk around here. Take a whole day and then some to cover the entire
주로
garden.
저는 제가 살던 방 주위에서만 다녔어요. 여러모로 위험하니까요.
I usually linger only around my own room. It's dangerous to stray too far after all. It's dangerous. Why?
잘못된 길을 걷다가는 예상치 못한 사람도 만날 수 있고
There's
표적이 될 수도 있고요.
there's the stranger danger, getting
밤에는
lost,
앞이
getting
보이지 않을 수도
targeted.
있잖아요.
Besides, it's very dark at night.
그냥 마당에서 달리다가 무릎 깨질 수도 있고 나뭇가지 얼굴 좀 긁히고 그러는 거지.
Well, isn't that a very big deal? Kids run around, scrape their faces on branches, trip and eat shit on the pavement all the time.
히스클리프 씨라면 자유롭게 달리셨을 것 같아요. 그래도
I'm
항상
sure
조심하는 편이 좋아요.
you'd have even run freely around the garden, Heathcliff, but it's important to always be careful.
제가 5살 때는 나뭇가지에 누가
When I was
치명적인
5,
독을
someone had already
발라놓았어요.
lathered a deadly poison on a random tree branch.
독을?
Yeah. The hierarchy war doesn't start when it starts. It starts when you're born.
히스클리프 씨처럼 뛰노는 걸 좋아하는 동생이
I had a little
있었는데
brother who liked to frolic like you do, Heathcliff.
우연인지 딱
But
그
by some
주위의
coincidence, he
나뭇가지에
happened to be running
독이
around
묻어있었던
the
거죠.
same tree that had its branches lathered with poison.
어떻게 되었는가?
Oh, I did Quixote. What had transpired here thereafter?
괜찮아졌을 거예요.
I'm sure he got better. Him lying.
스빈이 백밤만 자고
Siren
나면
told me he would just be
괜찮아질 거라고
fine
했거든요.
after 100 nights of rest.
스빈은 언제나 똑똑했으니까 그렇게
And just
되었을
because
거예요.
Siren was always so smart, I'm pretty sure it happened exactly as she said. end of that section. Thank you. Yu. Okay, so we're probably gonna meet grandmother and grandmother here to slowly connect us back to where we started. This is gonna be miserable.
대화청 입성이요.
Entering Grand Flower Hall now. It wasn't long before our arrival to a new place within Dagguan was made known by Falcon Bearer's sonorous announcement.
뭐가 이렇게 많아?
More buildings.
대화청은
What's
또 뭐야?
Dahua mean anyway?
쉽게
Grand
말하면
Flower Hall.
연애를 여는
So
방이라고
I think you
할까요?
would call it a place for banquets? Yes.
그런 용도 지금 여긴
Huh. So you host
하나의
banquets
마을
in this
같은 거?
village-sized venue? Yeah.
저기 보이는 건
Is that a lake over
호수인가요?
there? Oh no. Ishmael shows up.
아,
Nope.
그건
It's
연못이랍니다.
a pond. Silly.
연못.
That's a big pond. Silly.
도착하면
Once
저랑
we
시춘이를
arrive, we'll find
환영하는
ourselves
자리가
a
마련되어 있을 거예요.
welcome party for Jichun.
아, 로자 씨도 오랜만에
로자,
정말
you should
배부르게
be able
드실
to-
수 있겠네요.
Stuff yourself to your heart's content this time. No gluttony. It's been a while, hasn't it?
도착하기 전부터 이렇게 설렌
I don't
적은
think I've been
처음인
this
것 같아.
excited in such a long time. We love women.
저건
Whoa.
배인가요?
That ship over there.
배를
You have a
정박해둔
ship? Of course,
Ah.
the New Yorker would like ships.
네, 가끔 뱃놀이를 나가기도 했거든요.
We sometimes go out boating.
아, 그리고
What I learned
연못초
in
너머에는
boating school
시춘이
is
지내는 건물도 있답니다.
oh, and Zichun's building is right across that pond. She has a building. You each get a building of your own.
네,
Yes.
그래서
we do.
처음 홍원을 떠났을
When I
때
first departed from
다른
Pyongyang,
곳에서는
I found the
한
concept
건물에
of
온
the entire
가족이
family
함께
living under
지낸다는
the
게
same roof. So fascinating.
신기했답니다.
Me when I get my own house. The millennial dream is so over.
이래서는
Alas.
가족끼리 얼굴 한번 보기도
Would
힘들겠네만.
be quite the challenge for thy family to see one another.
그러기 위해서 따로 쓰는 걸요?
That's exactly why you get a building.
이거 대화가 제대로
Are we
이어지는 거
talking about the same
맞아요?
thing here?
이럴 거면 베케이션을 처음부터 홍로군의 집으로 잡아주지 그리하였어.
I love Don Quixote's voice actor. Alack for what? We have merrily enjoyed our vacations at young Honglu's residence all along?
그건
Yes.
곤란해요, 동키호테 씨.
That when we
출가할
worked
때
in
할머니와
Quixote, when I
어르신들께서
left home,
꼭
grandmother
당부하시던 말이
and the elders
있었거든요.
really impressed me upon that.
때가 되면 자연스럽게 발걸음은 돌아올 것이니
Footsteps shall eventually bring you home when the time is right.
많은
Thus,
것을
witness and only
그저 보고
witness as
있으라고.
much as the world as you may before you return. Before you make your return.
언제 오려나 했는데
I
시간이
was wondering
속절없이
when that
흘러
would be. The time really
정말
slipped through our
와버렸네요.
fingers, and just like that, it brought me here. Most sinners did not welcome the return. Most of them were even terrified. Sometimes they had to confront what they had been avoiding all their lives, and for some, important things that were once forgotten or lost were waiting for their return. But the reluctance is really not surprising at all. I don't think I'd welcome an opportunity to get my memories back with open arms if it was thrust upon me out of nowhere, especially if I was getting dragged there against my will. But the fact that it could not be more obvious that his turn had arrived only was as tranquil as he always was. Welcome to my land of illusion. He was always able to remain aloof no matter what happens. Maybe it won't be different this time either. But even so, can I judge that so hastily?
가시 오프라님 행차시오.
Young Master Bao Yu of the Jia family had returned. Again, with the Pelican Bearer's deep-throated pronouncement of our arrival, the door
자,
opened.
필요하실 텐데 어서 들어오세요.
Here we are. You must all be so tired. Come in. I mean, how would we be tired of it? having such a comfy procession like this, leaving behind the sinners who were just reeling from the astronomical level of opulence at this display. Honglu bounced lightly off the pelican and moseyed into the building.
그거 참
Well, let's follow him. Quite the
설렘도
light-footed
떨림도
steps
없네.
he takes, unhindered by
차분한
excitement
걸음걸이구려.
nor trepidation. Right?
좋은 집에만 살아서
listening.
뭐 무서울 것도 어색할 것도 없다.
Wish
이거
boy's got
아니냐?
nothing to fear because he's used to this kind of poshness. That's all this is.
그래도
Very,
홍루군의 마음
this might be a
한구석에는
subtle expression
가족들에 대한
that
그리움이
easy part of him
남아있을 것 같지
that
않은가?
longeth to see his family again. Once we all left the palace
모든 것이 상당히
and we're back here. Okay.
넓고
It all loops around.
거대하구려.
I find myself beset by overwhelming vastitudes and objects of great magnitude.
하인들도 대체 몇
Just how many
명이래요?
servants do they have? Yes, basically everyone in District H is their servant.
아, 술시가 되면 할머니가 방문하신다네요.
Grandmother will visit us once shoe hour arrives.
연애는 그때 시작될 것 같아요.
The banquet will start then, I think. Shoe hour?
술시는 19시부터 21시 사이를 의미합니다. 동부의 특정 지역에서 간혹 사용되는 고유시간 체계죠.
Shoe hour refers to the time between 7 and 9 p.m. This is a unique time system used in certain regions of the East. This is not displayed on my clock.
추가로
In addition,
홍루 씨의 조모인 가모는 이 대관원의 가주입니다. 홍원의 수장이라고 이해하셔도 틀리지 않습니다.
it would be best to remember that Honglu's grandmother, Jiamu, is the hierarch of this place. It would not be an incorrect assessment to see her as the ruler of Hongron. That is true.
친인척인 날개의 대표.
Your relative is the head of a wing, I see.
네,
Yes.
이제 곧 다음
Well, should we
후계자에게
hand it
가주를
over to the next
넘겨주실
heir pretty
테지만요.
soon?
이제 와서 가주의
Yeah,
자리를
kill grandma.
넘기려는 이유가 뭐지?
Why now? What does she seek to achieve by abdicating at this precise time? Notice that she probably saw an ulterior motive behind every move inquired.
언제나 때가 올 거라고 하시긴 했어요.
They've been saying that her time would
너무
eventually come,
오랫동안
that
맡으셨다면
she's
말이죠.
carried this responsibility for too long.
갑자기
Oh boy.
나타나서 가주 대전에 참가한다고 하면 깜짝
I mean, that's
놀라시겠어요.
pretty nice of grandmother to abdicate before she dies. But she'd be pretty shocked to hear that you'll be taking part in the family hierarchy war.
글쎄요.
I don't know about that.
어쩌면 담담하실지도
Maybe you should
모르겠어요.
take it well.
구태여 나갈 이유는 없지만
There's never a reason for
나가지
me to
않을
be.
이유도 없었으니까요.
Never been a reason for me to bother participating, but there wasn't a reason for me to not either. I mean, take.
저쪽에 시추님과 웨이님이 앉아 계세요.
Huh? There's
다행히
Chichun and Wei
무사히
over there.
도착하신 모양인데요.
Like they've both safely arrived. Hey, babe. Chichun, who had arrived before us, shot us the briefest glance before looking away with exaggerated disinterest. He's such a soon.
방금 시추님이 저희를 보자마자
Chichun
고개를
has
획
turned her
꺾으셔.
back on us.
그 잠깐
Well,
사이에
Didn't take
되게
long for things to become
서먹해졌네요.
super awkward. I mean,
오,
yeah.
우리도
Oh,
시춘군의
we must
옆에 가서
capture
앉는
this
것이 어떤가?
opportunity to seat ourselves adjacent to young Sichun. Oh no.
틀렸어.
The Yuri
우린
writes
이제
itself.
저기를 못 가.
Too late. We are forever banned from getting anywhere near her.
어째서 온 말인가?
Yet, wherefore,
저희는 이제 가시춘 씨의
we
세력이
are no
아닙니다.
longer Chichun's faction.
적으로
Her
취급받는 것이
hostility
당연할 테죠.
is to be expected.
분위기가 바뀌었다.
Things have changed.
이쪽과 저쪽.
Us
우리와
versus them.
우리가
In
하는 것.
group versus out group.
전장은
Deception and treachery
언제나
are
모략과
natural parts
배신이
of
도사리는
war.
곳이지. 오늘의 아군은
An
내일의
ally of
적이
today
되기도
may
하고.
as well become an enemy of tomorrow. That is
친구가
true.
없다는 말을 이렇게
And that's
또
what a funny way to
돌려서
say is,
하고.
I don't have any friends.
방금 뭐
Get wrecked, Otis.
아, 부모님이 저기 계시네요.
There are my parents.
갑자기 바로
Hold
간다고?
on. Just walking
야,
right up to them?
이름도 모르는데.
Blimey. At least tell us their name.
아,
I mean,
아버지 조남은 가시정, 그리고 어머니는 대관원에서 왕부인이라고 불리신답니다.
father's name is Zheng of the Xia family, and in this place, they call my mother Lady Wang.
출가 이후 처음으로 인사 올립니다.
I greet you for the first time since my departure. They certainly look like your parents. Like, holy shit.
다시 보호. 지금
Bao
귀가했습니다.
Yu of the Sha family have returned. How many children have you had? I need to
벌써
know.
왔느냐?
You're early.
보호가
Dearest
이게
Bao Yu,
몇 년
it's been
만이니?
too many years.
오랜만에 얼굴을 보니
To see you again after so long.
정말이지
It's
반갑기가 그지
I-
않구나.
it's so good to see your face.
어떤 말부터
Oh, I don't even know what I should say. The father, Jiaxing's eyes darted nervously between us and Honglu. Meanwhile, his mother gingerly brings him for a careful embrace, as though she was in the presence of something so utterly deeply moving. It was more than pure joy of reunion. So they're Honglu's parents.
극진히 환영해 주시니 감사해요.
Thank you so much for your hospitality. You have certainly spared those
그런데
expenses.
같이 온 분들은
So,
누구니?
who are these people you've come here with?
대단한 숫자는 아니지만
Well,
밖에서
there
사귄
aren't too many of
제
them. They are
친구들이랍니다.
friends I've made out in the world.
부하라고
Well, he smiles
소개하던
like
누구보다
that's genuine.
낫네요.
So,
그죠?
well, at least he's not introducing us as his lackeys like a certain someone I know.
야, 그건
Boy, that's. Honglu's mother slowly turns around to look at us. I mean, it's so cute that he's hiding behind her husband. I mean, it's a weird thing to say, but somehow it almost felt like she was looking down at each one of us, one by one.
반가워요. 우리 보호기가 어릴 때부터 참 고집이 많았던 아이여서 어쩌면 같이 다니기에 조금 고생스러웠을 텐데 개의치 않고 부디 잘 보살펴.
I'm so glad to meet you all. Bao Yu's always been such a stubborn child. I'm sure he was quite the handful to accompany you on your journeys. I hope you can still embrace him despite every
고집이요?
stubborn.
홍루 씨가요?
Honglu? Oh. Whatever it was she said, they don't seem to be happy to hear that. Well, yeah, they didn't call him Bao Yu.
보호가
Dear Bao Yu.
왜 친구분들이 너를 그런 이름으로 부르게 두는 거니? 선인들께서 점치해 주신 너의 고귀한 이름을 두고
Why do you allow your friends to call you by that name? What of your noble blessed name bestowed upon you by the revered Jianren, our elders?
뭐야? 왜 갑자기?
What's going on with her? Honglu reached out gently yet indifferently, held his mother's violently trembling hands.
당연하잖아요, 어머니.
Of course I would, mother,
그
because the
고귀한
name is too
이름이니까요.
noble indeed.
그렇지. 아무나 입에 담을 만큼 가벼운 이름이 결코 아니니.
Yes, it's not a name that any rabble should heedlessly speak.
아무렴.
Of
그렇고
course,
말고.
of course. Did check Discord real quick? Someone sent me a message. And we're good.
이쪽도
Of course.
원래 이름이란 게 있었어?
Do you have an old name and a new name?
그거 있잖아. 피사에서 홍루 보고 보옥도련님이라고 불렀었던 거 기억 안 나?
Well, don't you remember? Back in P-War, Wei called Honglu Young Master Bao Yu.
지난번 홍원에서 결투할 때도
Also, remember how he
가시 가문의
announced himself
보옥이라고
before that
이름을
duel on the day we
밝혔었죠.
arrived at H-Corp? He
사정이
announced
있어서
himself as Bao
다른
Yu of the
이름을
Jia family.
쓰는구나
I thought it was just a
했지만
pseudonym back then, though. Given the circumstances.
뭐 우리랑 다르게 고귀하신 이름이다 이거냐?
Well,
부르면
it ain't like just
달달하나?
calling your real name. Gonna cheapen its nobility or whatever.
고작 이름인데 부른다고
That's
닳진
just a name.
않아요.
You can just say it as many times as you want, and it won't
닳는다고
appreciate
믿으시는
whatever
분들도
value it has. Oh,
계셨던 것
but
같네요.
some people actually do believe that it does, I suppose.
그 이름을 여기저기서 쓰고 다니지 않은 건
It
잘했구나.
was wise of you to refrain from using that name.
그래. 네
Right.
소중한 이름이
To
저자에
let your
널리
precious name
퍼지면
be known about
너를 암습할
among the
자가 얼마나
plebeian populace
많겠니?
is to encourage knives
당장
in the dark to
이곳에서도
strike, even here too.
모친의 말씀대로 홍루 씨의 본명은 H사에 한 번이라도 연이 닿은 자라면 충분히 홍원의 일원이라는 걸 알아차릴 수 있는 지명도를 갖고 있죠.
It is as your mother says. Were your true name to be made known, any individual with a passing connection to H group could have easily connected you to Hongyang.
대부분의 이름에는 그 근원이 담겨져 있다고 하오.
It is said that most names are repositories of their keeper's origins.
가령 동부에서는
In the eastern region
부모가
of the
자식에게
city,
이름을
when the
지을
parents
때
name their children, they imbue them with a meaning
어떻게
that
세상에
carries their
쓰일
wish for
것인지를 담아
their
짓곤
children's
하지.
place and use in the world.
내 놈, 이름의 뜻이 뭐지?
You. What does your name mean?
제 이름은
My name. The
부모님뿐만
culmination
아니라
of wishes,
많은 분의 소망을
not
담아서
only of those of
만들어졌죠.
my parents, but those many
태어날
more.
때부터 옥을 가지고 태어났다는 뜻이랍니다.
It means that I was born with a precious jade.
바보,
Job, how are you?
끔찍하군. 홍루가
Awful.
낫겠어.
Honglu's better. Thanks for your shoot. Now he's trying to whisper.
나도 부르던 대로 부를란다.
All
혹시라도
coverage for however I
도련님
want.
뭐 이딴 이름으로 불러대야
If I'm ever to
한다면
force
차라리
call
길잡이
him,
그
I'm
작자한테
young master
몇대
Bao or
후려맞는 게
something.
나을 테니까.
Servile shit like that. I'd rather take a punch or two from the guide. I mean, I could feel the horrified gaze of the servants staring at us. Oh boy.
네, 계속 홍루라고
I
불러주셔도
don't mind.
괜찮답니다.
Please continue to call me Honglu if you want.
귀빈들께선 자리에 앉아 주시길
Please
청하옵니다.
seat yourselves honored
곧
guests. The
음식을
food
내올
will be
것이니.
served soon. Yeah, boy.
야,
What's all of this?
이거 진짜 먹으라고 주는 거 맞아요?
Did they expect us to eat all of this? No, actually. You eat as much as you want, and the leftovers are thrown away. Because it is to display wealth. I don't think I've ever been intimidated by food before. There was quite literally a mountain of dishes on the table. I was starting to wonder if the purpose of these dishes was more to flaunt their wealth than to feed us a reasonable amount of food. Yeah.
이건 말이야.
What a feast!
리필 되는 거지?
Can I ask? I could ask for refills, right? I love fat women. Yes. Anyway, what's up with those empty seats over there? Are we still killing time for some guests to arrive? Oh, grandmother will be sitting up here.
그건 아닐 것 같아요. 이곳에
I don't
참석하는
think so.
걸
They're
원하지
probably seats
않은
for my
이
older son
대관원
somewhere
어딘가에
in this place.
제 형,
They probably don't
누나들의
just didn't
자리겠죠.
want to attend.
오늘은 저를 환영하기 위해 만들어진
This is
자리니까요.
a banquet to welcome me,
있어봤자
after all.
시간
They
낭비라고
believe
생각하는
it's a
걸 거예요.
waste of time to attend.
거참 얼마나 부지런하게
They
사는
they
사람들이길래
better be on some real busy schedule to miss this.
감옥께서 당도하셨나이다.
Shamu, venerated to be her presence, graces us.
감옥께서 당도하셨나이다.
Shamu, venerated to be her presence, graces us. With the announcement, utter silence quickly devoured the busy hubbub of the banquet. Those who were sitting quickly rose to their feet and bowed, while those who were standing knelt down on all fours, their backs bent so low that their foreheads were nearly touching the floor. Okay. And the woman walking out between them, the crowd itself parting down the middle from her sheer presence.
아,
The hierarch.
할머니가 오셨네요.
Oh, there's grandmother. And Honglu's grandmother, the family hierarch of H Corp and its chief executive director. Shamu's presence was once warm and gentle, yet immense and overwhelming, like a personification of an insurmountable mountain.
가모님을 뵙습니다.
We are graced by your presence, venerable Shamu. I love the rooster sweepers. They're really cool.
가모님을 뵙습니다.
We're graced by your presence, venerable Jamu.
뭐야? 우리도 숙여야 해?
Wh-
고개?
What? Should we bow too? Yes.
이미 접시에 고개를 파묻고 있으니까
I don't think you could bow any lower
괜찮지
with your
않을까?
face halfway in the bowl, so you should be fine. Probably. Goddamn. Gregor, she's gonna crush you later.
이 옆에
She's surrounded by Haitian
숲처럼
too, I
보이는
think.
사람들도
Guys, everything's gonna be fine as long as we don't do anything stupid. There she appears. As everyone was bowing before Jamu, awed and humbled. Only Honglu, straight at Jamu, not bowing. Then he got up from his seat and walked towards her.
할머니, 오랜만에
It's been a
인사드려요.
while, grandmother.
보옥도련님,
Please ascend,
가까이
young master
올라오시죠.
Bao Yu. It seemed like that a special permission was needed to even stand next to her, as Honglu was allowed to approach her only after the servant gave him the go-ahead. Interesting.
보오가
Little Bao Yu,
얼마나 고단하고 여의치 않은 여정이었느냐.
you must have walked and toiled tirelessly on the journey home.
그렇지 않아요, 할머니.
Not at all, grandmother.
함께했던
I was
분들이
able to learn
모두
so
친절히
many new
대해주신
things
덕에
thanks to everyone who
새로운 걸
treated me
많이
so nicely.
배움을 통달하고자 했다면
Had you sought
어떤
to master
학문이든
the
다
art of
빼어난
learning, no
선생을
master,
모셔
regardless
글방에
of pursuit, would
앉혀놓을
have been
수도
out of your reach. You
있었겠지만
could have learned much in the halls of erudition from them.
글방에 앉아 아무리 학문에
If
능통해졌다
the world,
하더라도
that the world
그저
taught from the
그뿐일
sheets of
뿐.
paper, or simply that, words on paper.
우리는
We
고기
wish to
네가
that you, dear
세상
Bao, would
물정에
learn more of the
능통해지고
secular world
세월을
and to
허투루
not
보내지
let
않길
flow
바라였다.
betwixt you your fingers the time that is given to you.
네, 알아요, 할머니.
I know this
과분한
opportunity was
기회였다는
more than
걸요.
what I deserved, grandmother.
그래도
I
가주자리를
appreciate your
내려놓기
return all
전에
the same.
이렇게
that
잊지
you
않고
delight in
들려줘서
the
고맙구나.
deigned to return before me ere my abdication of the great responsibility.
아무래도
Verily,
홍루군이 림버스
it
컴퍼니에 합류한
appears
것은
that young Hong
일종의 그란 트리스머였던 모양이다.
shined into Limbus company as a grand turismo of shorts. What is she cooking?
그란 트리스머? 그게
Gran
뭔데?
Turismo? What's that? They're just stuffing their face with the food. Never mind.
너희 둘 다 주둥이에 집어넣은 것 좀 삼키고 말할 수는 없나?
Can the two of you stop babbling with your mouths full? No.
유명한 집안의
Young masters,
도련님들은
families,
본격적인 대외
most
활동에 나서기
eminent
전에
are often sent
집안에서
out to the
여행을
world on
보내기도
a grand
한다네.
tour. Thus coined was this practice of gran turismo. If thou wilt, afore they are to commence their public activities.
책으로는 배울 수 없는 다양한
purpose to
경험을
learn.
얻고
The purpose is to learn of the varied experience that cannot be gained from books, to grow familiar with the world outside.
저기 있는 시춘이와는 이미 한 번 인사를
I
나누었다지.
hear that you have met Shichun in the world not long ago. I have.
총명한 아이야.
A bright child
가주
she is,
심사 또한
well prepared to
같은
take on the
마음으로
challenge
나가는
to the
것이 아닐
family
테다.
hierarchy evaluations, I presume.
맞아요.
I agree. I'm
시춘이라면
sure
영민하게
Shichun
잘
will wisely
해내겠죠.
overcome the trials. Indeed.
어르신들께는 인사를
Have you paid
드렸느냐.
visit to the revered elders then?
곧
I will
방문드리려고요.
soon.
왕부인도
Lady
이곳으로 올라오거라.
Ascend here as well.
송구합니다, 가문님.
With your mercy. Jamu, of course. Honglu's mother hurried up to where Jamu stood.
하나뿐인 아들이 출가하여 강호를 떠돌고 있으니 마음이 편치 않을 것이다.
Oh, okay. Only sibling. It must cause your heart great distress to have your one and only son depart his home, to wander the world beyond your hedges.
아닙니다, 가문님.
Of course not, Jamu.
저는
Oh, I am simply
우리
just be
보기가
honest with her. I'm so glad that my son Bao Yu
이렇게 제 몫을 하는
has
사내가 되어
returned as a man
무탈한
who can now
모습으로
more than carry
돌아오니
his own weight and unharmed
그것만으로도
too.
그러니
And
보가
thus,
재촉할
Bao Yu,
생각은 없지만
I don't mean
다음
to rush, but when are
출가
you planning
날짜는
to depart
아직
again?
정해진 건 없어요.
And now we are back
어머니.
to square one. Nothing has been decided yet, mother. I see. I am simply concerned. Were you to
나는
stay
그저
here, or
이곳에
stay here
계속
to be prolonged, perhaps you
머물렀다가는
might fade
네
before your
소임을
duties
다하지
are
못하고
complete.
어서 소임을 다하고 돌아와야 가모님께서 맺어주신 그 약조도
Complete your
지키지
duties and return
않겠니?
soon so that the agreement Jamu has so graciously made for us is fulfilled. A deal?
그래,
Indeed.
잃지도 말고
Lose not. Forget
잊지도
not.
너는 우리 가문의 하나뿐인
You
오기니
are our family's one and only jade.
우리의 둘도 없는 진귀한
Dear Bao
보.
Yu, our peerless
이
treasure.
속세에
Tarry
남아
not
있지 말고
overlong in
때가
this
되면
mundane
다시
world.
떠나 그
Leave when
가치를
the time is
다하거라.
right and fulfill your worth.
그럴게요,
Okay, grandmother.
할머니.
Mother. Alright, new content. Okay. Yeah, alright. My voice is coming. My voice is drying out, but we'll get there. I stream to also practice speaking and reading. Alright, 8-7. I thought the sinners were doomed to chew uncomfortably through this incredibly awkward meal, but Jalmu and her retinue of Heisho left the banquet hall promptly after that exchange. It was though they had no more reason to remain here.
어찌하여 저들은 홍루군이 당도하자마자 떠나는 날을 묻는 것인가?
Oh. Did my stream go down? I said my stream ended. Excellent connection. No, we've been live. I didn't said my okay. I'm confused. Going on for an hour 30. We continue. It is odd. Should they inquire Honglu of his departure plans on this very welcoming of his return?
그러게요.
Right? One moment it
아끼는 것처럼
appears
보이다가도
like they really care about him, then
아끼는 모습도 통상적인
the appearance
가정에서
of that
자식을
character, one's own
애틋하게
child,
여기는
is also
감정과
quite distinct
다소
and unusual
일반적이지 않은
compared to
방향성입니다.
this typical display of emotional intimacy expressed in the average households.
보,
Hey, how are you? Who the fuck are you? And that's when an unfamiliar chipper voice hopped jovially into our
왜
conversation.
나를 제일 먼저 찾아주지 않았어?
Why
내가
don't you
머물던
come
건물은
to see me
네가
first? Is
출가했을
this
때
your
이후로
betrothed?
쭉 같았단 말이야.
I've been staying in the same building ever since you departed here, you know.
아, 보차 누나구나.
Shu Bao Chai.
오랜만이야.
It's been so long.
여기까지 와서 자리를 채워준 거구나.
You've come this
고마워.
way to my welcome banquet. To fill a seat, I appreciate that. Hi, thanks for coming here. I'm just playing through Canto 8. You've come all this way for the banquet to fill a seat. I appreciate that. You call me CG. Nice to meet you, CG. Yes, CG. I'm sorry. I've been reading so many words that that my eyes are kind of watering out. I got the new Ishmael. I need to go roll for her, but I hear that even if you fill her conditionals, it's really hard to use her right now. You've come all this way to my welcome banquet to fill a seat. I appreciate that. I think I haven't pulled for her yet, but I might pull for her after this.
우리 설씨 가문의 다른
She's the only
사람들까지
character that
불러왔을
can lose
텐데.
by doing it, using it, doing it.
얼마나 보기에
I mean, that is impressive.
궁금했다고.
Get retreat. We need more units that cycle to retreat, which would be, I think, a full retreat team would be very good. Which Rupture is looking to be that team. Should also not be used unless you're past Canto 7. I mean, I am past Canto, unless you're talking about Canto 8. Because it's the reason why you shouldn't have the Amazon employee. I don't have either Amazon employee, I believe. So I need to get on that. But I need to do all of my Mirror Dungeon 5 runs before the season ends. They're really good with her. Okay, that's good to know. Making a Rupture team with the Amazon employees and her and probably Hong Lu's seasonal ID is going to be really good. Because then you can have one support identity and you can't swap them out. Oh, that could be true. Oh, actually, yeah. Okay. I like that. And since New Ishmael is Rupture and Poise, she'll be pretty good with the Walpurgis full stop units. Both Heathcliff and Honglu. I do not have the snake people. I love Heisho, but I also do not have the snake people. I tried using my ticket for them, but I only got I got Malfaust, and I also got the 2 Heisho pack from last season from Nocturnal Sweeping. I have all the Mals. Yeah, I have all the Mals as well. I need the snakes. Had I known you'd be coming today, Baoyu, I would have summoned everyone I could from the family seal, but Big Rose Pan has been really itching to know what you've been doing. Oops, all rabbits. I mean, I just saw the roosters, and they looked really cool, and I really hope they have the entire zodiac here, because since they're all of Heisho is based on different zodiacs, that would be really cool. I do some cosplay, and I've been trying to plan out a tiger Heisho pack to cosplay to go to a con, which seems like a really cool idea to do. I'm going to tell you this now because I don't think it's a spoiler if they're all here. That's fair. I mean, I don't expect them to write every... We don't see any of them. We know this. I mean, that's fine. That gives creative freedom for me to do cosplay things with them, because I would like to cosplay a Heisho pack because they're so cool. Yeah, I'm sure he was. Jichun, who's been sitting in complete silence for the entire banquet, muttered quietly to herself. The best we get is we see some outlines. You know what? I could use that, but since I'm still only in part 1, I hope I see. Well, we'll see that by the end of the Canto. But I hope to finish part 1 today and maybe get to part 2. But I'm only streaming for a few hours. Who else have you greeted since you've arrived, Baoyu? My parents and Jamu. Really? So I'm your first then. She made a cheerful remark before leaning close up to his eye. Don't take his eye. I beat all of it. Okay. One of my friends was telling me that a few of the fights are difficult, but they did them pre-nerf. So I'm hoping that my strategy will be better for it. Well, my experience will be better for it because he's right. Yeah. That's gonna be exciting for me then. I'm doing Rupture, but I know he had to switch over to Burn because he's a Burn player to get through the fights. Your jade is always so glimmering and pristine, Baoyu. But there are some even post they're married. Okay. I just have to read their skills, but I didn't have that too hard of a time in Canto, and in Don Quixote's Canto. I think I beat Princess of La Mancha Land in 3 attempts, and I didn't. I think the hardest fight for me was actually Don Quixote because the windmill was just destroying me, and I was using a pretty competent bleed team. Oh boy. Okay, if you're struggling with bleed, I might be struggling with Rupture. Up and coming. Oh, you have. Thanks for remembering me. Ahem. So are you going to introduce us to her, or... Hey, why couldn't we just let that nice reunion play out, man? I mean, presumably betrothed? I do like the funny thing where to combine that 2 of them get past the boss. Bleed and Rupture combined, you mean? My ending for the second part was literally surviving on a hope and a dream. Congratulations, Don Quixote. Yes. Oh, okay. One of these days we might get a Bleed Rupture fusion for an archetype, but that's gonna be an interesting time for me then. Raja stepped forward, unable to stand the curiosity.
여기는 말이죠.
Oh, she's...
보차라고 한답니다.
Hi, I'm Baochai, Baochai of the Jouet family, and I have a very profound relationship with dear Baoyu here.
깊은 인연?
I feel like that would be a rooster. You mean as the Heisho pack rooster would be bleed rupture? I mean, that would... I know nothing about the Canto, but that could be valid. A very profound relationship? Pack rooster, yes. Okay. I mean, red things being bleed would just make sense. Hehe, he's my betrothed, and I to him. I'd say that's pretty profound, him. Congratulations on your marriage. They look like a vampire, so I take them as I see him. Can a rooster pack Don Quixote incoming? What?
그렇게 놀라실 일도 아니랍니다.
It's nothing to be surprised about. These profound relationships can be established effortlessly in the simple exchange of agreements between our elders.
아니, 그래도 말한만이라도 해주지 그랬어.
You could have at least give us a hint.
어차피 제가
But I won't be
혼인을
married
하는
until I leave
건
Limbus company, though.
컴퍼니를 떠났을 때일 텐데요.
Okay, so we're not getting Limbus company Purgatorio after this with Honglu crying.
그러니 굳이 알릴 필요는 없다고
Just as I
생각했답니다.
thought. It wasn't relevant enough to share. I mean, yeah, you're just here for the duration of your contract, obviously.
저 아까 살짝 들렸는데.
We know who the bad aim Honglu controls. Oh no. Okay. I mean, that makes sense. So sorry about overhearing earlier, but you guys are Baoyu's friends, right? I haven't spoiled myself. I've basically been ignoring all Limbus company social media for a while. So all I know is what I've gotten up to this Canto, and then like drip feeding things that my friend has shared with me. I've been so curious to hear what kind of life Baoyu lived out here. Care to share some tales of your journey with me?
어린은 가라. 함부로 들을 이야기가 아니.
It's the snake people. I'm pretty sure Mao, and we know that he's a trickster who can stab people in the back. It's the snake people. I'm going to be honest. Even with you describing it like that, I don't know what that means. So I'm going to take my ignorance as bliss and run that until I finish the Canto. And I might understand it after that. Don't have stories for kids, Shu. Listen, they're getting married. You don't have to be so rude, Ryoshu. Why? But I love stories about bloodshed. Okay, never mind. Get her out of here.
보차 누나의
The
취미
snake
중
Mao
하나가
branch.
도시 괴담 서적
We do not see
모으기였거든요.
them in the Canto, so we only know they exist in two identities. For sure, the Mao have people in the back. We don't see the Mao branch in this Canto? Then why did they show up as the first thing from the new? Okay, whatever. Glory to Kim Ji-hoon. One of the big censor's Baochai's pastimes was curating creepy stories of urban legends. We don't see the snake branch of it. I mean, that's weird why both Rodion and Gregor got snake branch for Heisho, but you know what? We'll take it. Puff. Then maybe I'll share some. Wait. Do not give cigarettes to a child. What? What about everyone else? I love adventure stories. Be careful of be careful what you wish for. Ha. I beseech thee to find a seat. For now, I shall now regale thee with a tale in which an adventurer of most wondrous valor and toast. Brace thyself. This particular olden and terrifying tale features a big scary bear. God fucking damn it. Oh, she's probably around his age. Also, it's indulged them into very gaudy. Huh? I mean, I don't know how old Honglu is. I assume he's like mid-20s. Huh. I also don't know how old Zichun is, but I assume she's like 18.
식사 끝났으면 얌전히 각자가 머물 곳으로
Very-
돌아가는 게 어때?
Okay. I understand. if you're finished with your meals, why don't you go back to our residences?
시춘이는 오늘도 화가 많이
You're so
났구나.
angry against Sichun. Last I
네
heard, you lost much of your
큰
followers in a
전투에
large battle.
희망해서 많이
Didn't you?
줄었다고 들었어.
I'm so sorry. I used more than 3 handkerchiefs wiping my tears upon hearing that news. Oh, that's so mean.
수건만 해도 세 장이 넘었지
I'd say
뭐니?
it's like 30s, specifically like early or late 20s. I mean, he's very. I'm not gonna say it like edgy is not like the word. I mean, he's very nihilistic. So I don't. And being early 30s and nihilistic like that is not very characteristic. I would think of Honglu. I think late 20s maybe, but I think mid 20s, early 20s is like pushing the boundary in my opinion.
벌써 설씨가의 귀에도
So the
들어갔구나.
Shiyu branch, Shiyu family, heard of it too, huh?
맞아?
You're not wrong,
하지만
but that's
그런
irrelevant to
건
what I've brought to the family
가주대전에서
hierarchy
보여줄
war.
활약관.
Always a big fan of your
시춘이는
confidence,
언제나
Sichu.
자신감 있어
It's a
보여서
good look, you know.
보기 좋고.
그리고 보차 언니도 조심하는 게 좋을
Well,
걸.
people don't usually have a midlife
고,
crisis in
오빠.
their 30s.
저렇게 맹하게 웃는 척하다가
We're all getting midlife
뒤통수
crisis.
치는 게
Our lives are getting shorter. We're all getting midlife crisis earlier and earlier. Oh, that reminds me. You better watch your back, big sis Baoshai. It looks like Big Brother Bao Yu's learned how to sink a knife into your back with the same carefree smile. Oh, buddy.
갑자기 뒤통수 치는 게 재주가 되었더니
What do you
무슨
mean
소리야?
by you knifing people in the back? I'm sorry. It's just the alliance of convenience. We didn't knife her in the back.
시춘이랑 사이가 조금
Haha. I
틀어졌거든.
just had a falling out with Zichun. That's all.
아하,
Aha.
시춘이가
Zichun
너를
must have been
포섭하려고 했던 모양이구나.
trying to get you on her side, huh? That is true.
탐낼만 했을
But
거야.
too bad we're joining this war.
보기는 옛날부터
Yeah,
언제나
no wonder
해맑게
she wanted you on her
웃고만
team.
있었는데도
Bao Yu has always
누구보다
excelled on
실력이
whatever he does without
일취월장에
stressing
심했다.
out or losing the happy
Yeah.
smile.
하다
It's
보니까
kind of
잘
just worked
되었어.
out that way.
좀 재수없는
I
스타일이긴
guess
했었다. 그치?
it can be a bit irritating like that, huh?
저런 유형도
Such kind of people, though
있는
rare,
법이니까요.
indeed do exist. Oh,
그러고
that
보니
reminds me.
혹시
Did you by any chance run into
치우
Big Brother
오라버니를
Chi?
오다가
Hugh?
만난 적이 있어?
나는 못 보았지만
I
이분들은
haven't,
만났어.
but they have.
다행이네.
That's good. Oh, buddy, we're gonna meet a guy named Chu. She placed her hand over her chest, as though she's just survived an incredibly dangerous accident, before eyeing us anxiously.
그래서
So what
어떻게
happened?
되어 사이와를
I do not
포섭하려고
know
했던
if
건
he was
알아.
trying to ally with
포섭이라고
Shi
믿는
Yuha.
사람은
I mean,
사이와 걔만 빼고
it means like
아무도
anyone
없었던
else
것 같지만
viewing that as an alliance other than Shi Yuha himself, but it must have been a pretty open secret among the canon that Jachui is trying to ally with Shi Yuha.
같이 있던 이와
These
형님의 목이
names are going
잘렸어.
to kill me in the end. I'm going to mispronounce them so many times. They cut Big Brother Yuha's head off when he was with us. Oh, that was the guy he killed. Okay.
어머,
Oh my,
혜미 언니
horizontally or
정이 없네?
vertically? Why is she so interested in this? H, horizontally.
이번이 세
So
번째인
this is the third
거고요.
time, huh? Yuha is really incorrigible. He never knows when to zip
여전히
and
그
sit down.
경건한 치우
Well, Big
오라버니는
Brother Chu, I had a
가주대전이
feeling he'd be here
다가왔으니
when the family hierarchy
올
war
거라고
begins.
생각은
Everyone in this
뒷골목에
place has
돈다는 그
heard
흉흉한
that creepy
노랫말은
song from the Backstreets, you know.
대감하는 소식이 들려올
Gosh,
때마다
things get so awkward
대감은
and hostile
분위기가
here at
흉악해졌어.
Dangran every time there's
무서워
any mention of
죽겠다니까
him.
정말. 그래도
Well, I
다행이지.
guess it's fortunate that he won't be coming after me once the competition begins. And why is that? Because I'm
당연히
simply too
곧바로
charming and
죽이기엔
adorable to kill
제가
outright, of course.
지나치게 사랑스러운 탓이겠죠.
You are pretty cute. This dress looks really good on you.
그리고
Besides,
치우
I'm
오라버니가 목표로
I'm going to be
하는
honest. I don't think
뭔지는
she's going to
모르겠지만
survive this Canto.
적어도 저희 설씨 가문은 아닐 테니까요.
We might even get an idea for her, I think. Besides, whatever Big Brother Chi's goals are, they probably have nothing to do with the Chua family.
그럴 수도 있겠다.
I can see that. Let's see. Yes. Okay, my stream's still up. Bao Chai took a step forward towards Honglu and leaned close to his face.
오,
Do you smell like the
여전히
fragrance?
내게서
my fragrance still bother you?
보처
never
누나에게선
read Big
고약한
Sister
년이 난
Baoshai.
적이 한 번도 없.
Wait. Alabama?
오, 나는 쭉
How you? I've always been and
거쳐오고
always
있어.
will be residing within
떠나기 전
the Ginger Plant
내게
Court.
들려줘야 해.
Promise to pay me a visit before you leave. With that, she gracefully walked out of the room.
저희도 이만 돌아가는
Well,
게
how about we
어떨까요?
also start heading back?
이곳은
This
해시만 되어도
can get pretty
곧바로
dark around
칸칸해지거든요.
high hour.
너
Why'd you leave?
별거
She's just
아니랍니다.
a childhood friend. I
어릴
call her
때
Big
종종 같이
Sis.
놀던
She's
누나예요.
older. Oh, okay. It's just something we do when the other friend's a bit older. Okay,
대관원에서
not
제게 친절을
Alabama.
보여주신 얼마 안
It's
되는
also
분
one
중
of the few
하나였죠.
in this place who was nice to me. So where should we head to next?
그러게? 이런 집이면
Good
이번엔
question.
정말
Just
기대해봐도
by
되는
going,
거지?
just going by the scale of everything here, it's safe to expect something real ritzy, right?
제 손님으로
Yes.
오셨으니 대관원 안에 있는 제 방에서 묵으면 될 거예요.
You're my guess. So you should be able to stay in my building within this place.
그리 멀지 않아서 가마
Big
없이도
ass-
금방
big
갈 수
ass building.
있답니다.
It's within walking distance from here. We should be there in no time, even on foot. Alright, that's gonna be nice. Yeah, I haven't rolled for Ish yet. But I'm interested because her outfit's really cute and wait, how do I see? There it is. This outfit's really good. Wei Yi Sang is gonna be good. I'm actually more excited for Wei Yi Sang rather than Ish. But we'll see. Do it for the gamble. You know what, Luminous Flame? If I get it here, I'll thank you. But if I don't, I'll mute you for 30 seconds. Obviously something will be interesting story for her. It's not looking good for you, Luminous Flame. You might get that 30-second timeout. Mods, I mean me, mute this person for 30 seconds. Put user in timeout for 10 seconds. There we go. I shall you be Anyway. Oh wait. Wait, Luminous Flame was my friend? I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Luminous Flame. No. I didn't know. I'm sorry.
야밤의 달빛과
I got her
함께
in
사라지는
17. I'm not gonna do another
것이 저희
tenfold.
필요해요. 그러나 부름이 필요하시다면
Why did I do that? I need
다리
those
구름에
for
숨은
doing the
틈이다.
canto.
죽음
Anyway, back to the canto. 8. Oh, it's a battle. Okay. Yi Huang Yuan. Got her in 17 full. I got plus an ego. That's really nice. I got Mouthhouse in a 10 pull, and then I used my seasonal ticket, and I also got Mouthhouse from the seasonal ticket. So you know what? We suffer. Let's go. 44.
사건을 끝내러 가볼까?
But I'm gonna.
자, 여기랍니다.
Hypothetically, you should be able to beat every Canto with every unit in the game. Any unit in the game. But
가깝다고 한 것 치곤
I think my goal is to beat
홍원이라고
this
부른답니다.
Canto with Rupture. This place is called Joyous Red Court.
홍원에서 제일
This
향긋한
room was
꽃나무로
made
만든
from the
방이어서
most aromatic
숨을 크게
flower
들이쉬면
tree
말이죠.
in H Corp. Try taking a deep breath and
이렇게
you could smell the lovely
꽃내음이
fragrance
꽃을
of the
타고
flower
퍼져요.
pervading, spreading
다른
from the
건물은
very
안
tip
그러는
of your
게
nose.
말이죠.
It's unique to this building. My only pulled this. Never gotten a duplicate. I've gotten so many duplicates. Last season I got multiple duplicates from the season 5 ticket, so I was very sad.
과히 그렇구려.
I think I got
보이지도 않는 것이
Princess of
제법
Lamacho Land
형통성.
and manager Don from the ticket I got from Railway, which was very sad. Very much so. It is an unseen and invisible thing, yet retains much of the pleasant indolence. I don't know what indolence means. This place is huge too. Been living here alone all along.
네.
Someone gonna attack us
더
at
넓은
his
방에서
house?
지내라고
Alright.
하셨지만
Be better at gambling,
들어서요.
friend. I got C. Rhodey and Greg. I'm gonna destroy you. Anyway, I was told to stay in a larger room. But I prefer this place more.
도련님, 오랜만에
It's been a long young
수빈입니다.
master. Ziren reporting. Hello, Ziren. Oh, hey, is she? Have you been
수빈.
well, Ziren?
잘
네,
Yes.
평소와 같았습니다.
I am, as I have always been. You're probably a little bit older, but yeah. Ziren watched us emotionlessly as our rowdy crowd poured into the yard. Her expression did not change. Pardon me. Even when she saw Hong, presumably hadn't been home in quite some time.
이분들은 도련님의
Are they young master's guests? I will
방을
guide them to the room.
안내해드리겠습니다.
Please follow me.
저는 따로 방문할 때가
Now that
있어서요.
we're here, I've got to
금방
pay a visit
다녀올게요.
somewhere. I'll be back soon, though.
어디를 가시는 겐가? 우리도 함께.
To where wilt thou journey? Allow us to accompany thee.
아,
Aha,
괜찮아요.
it's okay.
어르신들께 문안
That's
인사를
not my way to
드리는
say hello
것뿐이거라
and pay my respects
혼자
to the
가는 게
elders.
좋아요.
So it's better if I go there alone. I mean, gotta say hello to the old people. This way.
뭐 어느 작전이나
I guess
그랬지만
I could say this about every operation,
이렇게
but
현장까지
the
직접
weight of our
와서야
mission
겨우
doesn't really
실감이
sink in
나네요.
until we're actually there.
가주 대전
I mean, we knew
말씀인
this
거죠?
entire place is a singularity. You're talking about the family hierarch war, right?
다른 후보들은
Yeah,
이것
the other
하나만을 위해
candidates have been
몇 년을
preparing for this for
준비해왔다고
years.
하니까요.
We have an
저희는
overnight.
그걸
Yes.
하룻밤만에 해내야만 하는 거고요.
What's your plan? Win.
나는
Me
벼락치기
when I
타입이어서
roll.
그런가? 그렇게 생각하니까
I
오히려
don't know.
자신감이 붙는데.
I'm a procrastinating to the last minute kind of gal, so I'm pretty sure we got a handle on this.
부조리한 상황에서 임무를
With
수행하는
Rodian on our side.
이번이
This is not
처음이야.
the first instance in which we are demanded to work through a task in an unfavorable, inequitable situation.
상관없지 않겠나. 어차피 우리가 노리는
It's what
것은
we do best. Fail upwards. I mean, this is the average corporate motto. Why does it matter? Our goal.
가주의 자리가 아니지 않나.
Why are you plotting? Isn't to claim the throne of the family hierarch anyway? A few hours ago. Not another fucking no. Okay, flashback time.
천만 다행이지 않겠어요? 그래도
Well, it isn't.
저희의 목표가
Isn't it such a
가주대전의
relief that our
1등이
goal
아니라는
is
게
isn't to come first place in the family hierarch war?
1등을 할 필요가 없다는
Does that
말인
mean
겐가?
that we needn't be the first? It's true.
당연하죠.
Yeah, obviously.
저희가
Why
왜
would we want a
수감자를
sinner to become
홍원의
the
가주로
head of H Corp?
만들겠어요?
I mean, think about it. More power in the city.
외부인을 앉히는 것보다는
Would
회사
not
소속의
provide much
인물을
for
날개의
liability
대표로
control
앉혔을 때
to plant an
안정적으로
individual
조종할 수
of this
있지 않나.
company at the high seat of a wing instead of letting an unaffiliated individual assume it? Yes, but
일이 그렇게 간단하게 굴러가지는
there's a
않죠.
lot going more
그리고
behind the scenes, guys.
LCB는
Besides,
LCB로서 해야 하는 일이 아직도 많은걸요.
Limbus Company B still has much left to do as the LCB. That's true. ...
그러면 뭐
Then, would I be right to assume that isn't a winners take all kind of situation here? Do other candidates get something for participating too?
가주 심사에서
They
10등 안에
die.
든 사람은 순위 순서로
Anyone who
가문의
places
창고에서
within the
원하는
top 10
물건을 하나
will
가져갈 수
gain the
있는
right to take
포상을
one item
받거든요.
of their choice from the family treasure. Of course, the one who places the highest goes first.
하지만 2등 안에는 들어야
This
안전하게
LCB
저희가
stand
원하는
for?
물건을 확보할 수 있을
Well,
거라는
there's
결론을
Limbus
냈습니다.
Company A, and then there's Limbus Company B, and there's Limbus Company C. So I think they're just different divisions. So we're just the B division. But we're gonna have to come at least second place in order to ensure that we obtain the item we're looking for.
아, 괜히 기분 잡치네.
Now
어떡하실 거야?
that's weirdly
1등 해봐?
insulting. Solid. Why don't we just shoot for the top anyway?
못 보던 사이에
Your confidence seems
자신감이
to have gone through the
어마어마하게
roof since our
느셨군요.
last operation together. We're not gonna. I mean, we could win.
별별 일 다 겪긴 했지.
Limbus Company
우리가
comes in, nah, I'd wins. well, we did go through a lot of crazy stuff.
그리고
Anyways,
그
care to
홍원의
guess what's deep
어마어마한
inside
만물
Hongwan's
창고에
gargantuan treasure?
황금가주요.
A golden bow. Of course, we're just here for golden bows.
네,
Right on.
그 진정한
Buried in the
가치도
middle
모른
of all
채
kinds of
다른
other
보물들
treasures,
사이에
along with
파묻혀
any
있는
knowledge
상태랍니다.
of its true value.
그래서
So Faust,
파우스트,
what did
아까
manager
소드 과장이
Saul
말한
share with you
1차전
on the strategy
작전이라는 건
for the
뭐지?
first round? Okay. I think I'm pretty sure Saud is the manager for LCBA. Or LC... wait. I can just look it up. Never mind, I cannot look it up. She's a manager of a different division, and since we're the manager of LCB, we have the same rank. And we can't boss each other around, even though she just bosses us around because we're dumb and we lost our memories. I very much wish to know that as well, where the suggestion of mutual understanding seems to exist exclusively betwixt Faust and Saud.
가주 심사 1차전의 내용은
First round of family
지금까지
hierarchy
후손들이
evaluation tests
백원원의
what
어르신들을 위해
the
준비해왔던
descendants
것을
have prepared
시험하는
and brought
자리입니다.
for the elders of Huangyang. What the descendants have prepared, huh? So this must be what Xichun has been referring to this whole time. I'm just gonna call her Xichun from now on. So, new Ishmael cannot solo. Retreats, loses. Good luck.
네, 블로불사에 관한 것이죠.
You cannot solo Mirror Dungeon with new Ish crying. Yes, to be free from aging and death, immortality.
즉, 각자가 생각하고 있는 진정한 블로불사란 무엇인가에 대한 답을
Show me
보이는 자리입니다.
to these elders. Each canon is to present an answer before the judge to demonstrate their idea of true immortality. Right, so what's the answer to true immortality then?
그건
Not even Faust
파우스트도
can answer
내놓을 수
that.
없는 답입니다.
It's true. But
뭐 하자는
then what are they even doing here?
다만 진정한
But we may
블로불사의 실마리가
be able
있는
to
듯
demonstrate a
흉내를 내볼 수는
facsimile
있죠.
of immortality, or at least pretend as though we are close to the answer. Me cutting off Honglu's head. Get over here, you stupid you stupid nihilist! I will get you.
답을 원하는 건 그들이니
She can.
우리를 정확히
How?
말하자면 홍루 씨를 떨어뜨리지
How
않을
can she
겁니다.
solo? Okay, you just need to get. Given that they are the ones who are seeking that very answer, they will not disqualify us. Honglu, to be exact, from the
그럴듯해
competition.
보인다면 악착같이
I
매달릴
see. They will
테니까.
cling onto whatever clue they can
그런
get their hands
이야기인가?
on. So we'll be using that in desperation.
그렇습니다.
Precisely.
그 감옥인가는 제일 높아 보이는 사람도
That
그 녀석을
look.
많이 아낀다며.
Look, an old bag.
가산점 같은 걸 줄지 어떻게
favors
알아?
him. Don't you? Maybe she'll give him bonus points or something. Oh no.
그자가
So
중요한
that's what
쓰임새가
we'll
된다는
be
거.
using Honglu for.
그건
That is.
네,
Yes,
맞아요.
you're right. It's
이제
my
제
turn to
차례가
get
돌아온
used.
거죠.
You can't just say that. Also, where is your ID badge?
어째 오셨어요?
Claire, you can't just be scared from a every little thing. Whoa, when did you get back here? Honglu nonchalantly chimed into the conversation, having slipped between us unnoticed. Hey, you're back pretty soon, huh? That was pretty quick. Yeah, that was a pretty quick meeting with the elders. Unfortunately, what Otis just said could sound quite crass depending on how you cut it. Honglu, you don't have to mind. Don't mind what she just said.
걸러들을 필요가
Why
없었는
would I?
걸요.
Why would I mind it?
저의 쓰임새는 홍원에
My use-
있는 황금가지를
My use
회수하기
is to
위한
take
것.
is the tick to
그리고
participate in the
그러기 위해
hierarchy where the
가주
only
대전에
option
나가는
for obtaining
것이니까요.
the golden bow in Age
그릇된
Corp.
말은 아니랍니다.
She didn't say anything wrong. That is true. Yeah, your contract is you need to give us the golden bow.
이왕
Your
쓰이는 거
use. Well,
모두가 기뻐할 수 있는 쪽으로
if
흘러가게
you'll
되면
be using it,
좋겠네요.
hopefully this will lead to an outcome we can all be happy with.
모두가 기뻐하기에는
Verily, such an outcome would be the best. Yet young
아까도 눈이
Zichun has
마주쳤는데
already
엄청
exhaled a
생코낌을
great
내면서
gust out of her
피해버렸구만.
nostrils before turning away from our party when our eyes met. I mean, the Yuri really writes itself between Don Quixote and Zichun, huh?
시춘이하고는
Well, Zichun. Honglu's eyes twinkled briefly as though he was shifting into a dream. Oh boy, the sad music's here.
다시 사이가 좋아지게
I
될
didn't
줄은
think it was possible
몰랐어요.
for me to be friends with Zichun again. Even when his eyes are sad, he's still smiling.
비록 지금은
Prohibited
다시 원래
pack.
상태로 되돌아갔지만
You think I know the names of every ego in Ego Gift in Mirror Dungeon? I mean, I probably should at this point. Prohibited pack is that from is that standard or Nocturnal Sweeping? We're back to not being on speaking terms again, but it
잠깐이라도
was as though
꼭
I've gone
어린
back in
시절로
time,
돌아간 것
back to when we were
같았거든요.
both children. Wait, are they of comparable age?
이제는 까마득하고
But we can't go back to the past.
방금 뭐라고 했어?
What did you say?
지금 제정신으로 그 말을 나한테 한 거야?
Are you drunk on something or on something? Did you really just say that to me? Damn. What a
바보 같은
stupid
질문을 했네.
thing of me to ask.
오빠는 평생 취한 적도 없을
You've never
테니까.
been drunk in your life. Your
언제나
mind has
또렷하고
always been
맑은
so
정신이고.
damn clear. We can't get Honglu drunk
어차피
crying.
내가 이렇게 화내고 소리
None of this
질러도
matters to you, does it? Even when I get
오빠에겐 아무런
angry at you
타격도
or when I
없을
shout at
거야.
you like this, none of this gets to you, does it? Of course it does. The
도대체
rank heals you on
그게
hit.
무슨 일이 있었길래 사람이.
Oh. Wait, I don't understand. I don't understand hierarch candidate issues kit enough. Okay, I'm gonna read it after this section. What happened to you that day? How can someone be so? Zichun. Wait. Okay. It looks so weird with the hair doing it like this. I
됐어,
forget
마음대로
it.
해.
I don't care. Do whatever you want to do. It's my fault for expecting you to have at least one normal
기대하기
sibling in
때문에.
this messed up family. Crying. In that memory, Honglu was wearing a quiet smile even more before her hushed anger. But don't you want to be friends with her again? Yes.
결국 사람과의
At the end
연이란
of all
것도
things, these connections between people,
순간이고
they are just moments,
찰나일 뿐일 텐데요.
ephemeral things.
그러니 저의 뜻이 어떻든 큰
What I
상관이
want
없답니다.
doesn't matter. You fucking nihilist, I'll get you. Honglu, a sinner so aloof, so detached that it feels as though he's always floating through the clouds. At once I thought that was just the kind of guy he was, someone who just happened to be above everything that happened around us, instead of just a messed up person with messed up problems of his own. Well, he is messed up, but slowly and gradually, I had begun to realize there was something off about him under the surface. Yeah, we're all delinquents. Honglu, about participating in the family hierarch war. Do you really not feel anything about it? Have you not completely excluded yourself from it?
네,
I don't.
그냥 그런
And I have.
거구나라고
It's
생각하고
just
있어요.
the way things worked out, right?
관리자님, 애초에 저자의 가치 판단이
Executive manager.
이
It is
회사에
true that his
의미한
value
영향을 끼칠
will have
수는
no
없을
tangible
겁니다.
influence on this company's direction.
파우스트도 동의합니다.
Faust is in agreement.
수감자에게
Sinners do
작전
not have
수행에
the
대한
right to
거부권은
refuse their missions.
존재하지 않으므로
Well, you did sign this contract.
그건 사실일 테요.
That may be true, yet
그에 따르는
I
마음의
find it unnecessary to
상태까지
turn away and
무시할
neglect
필요는
suffering
없다고
conditions
보.
of their hearts stemming from their obligations and their missions.
마음의 상태라.
Conditions
하지만
of our
구태여
hearts,
마음을
perhaps
들여다보기에
unnecessary. Peering into
괴로움이
them is
생기는
how
것
we beget
아닐까요?
suffering.
그것이 무슨
Matter of.
이곳
Back then, when I
대관원에서
lived
머물고
here,
있었을 때는
in this
말이죠.
place,
제게는
so many
수많은
choices
선택지가
passed before my
끊임없이
eyes.
지나 다른 가문의 그
Should I
아이를
kill that
죽여야
child?
하는지, 제가
Who was from
살아남아야
a different
하는지,
family? Should I even survive? Should I
죽어가는 저
walk past
아이를
that dying
두고
boy, or should I stop
그냥
to help it?
지나쳐야 할지. 처음에는 제가 무언가
When I was
선택해보려 했답니다.
when they were first presented to me, I tried to make a choice.
하지만 그 선택이 아무
But
의미가
it didn't
없다는
take
걸
long
아는
for me to
것에
realize that my
그리 오랜
choices
시간이
meant
걸리지
nothing.
그래서 저는
So I
어떤 것도
decided not to choose
택하지
at
않기로
all.
했답니다. 그게 지금의 저예요.
And that's me, as I am now.
림버스 컴퍼니에 입사하게
There are
된
so many
후에
wonderful things
좋았던
about
점은
joining
수도 없이
Limbus,
많지만
but
제가 무언가 선택하지
I think
않아도
my
된다는
favorite part of
점이
the experience
특히
was that I
좋았던 것
never
같아요.
was given a choice.
조금
That's
이상한 것 같은데요.
that's definitely kind of weird.
어라? 분위기가 조용해졌네요?
Looks like things have gotten weirdly quiet around here. Yeah, you kind of brought down the mood, bud.
사담은 여기까지 하도록 하죠.
That was enough
해야 할
discussion of
이야기가
private matters.
많습니다.
There's much ground for us to cover.
그럼 1차 대전의 계획에 대해 말씀드리죠.
Let's begin by discussing our plan for the first round. When are the enemies gonna break into the house? The next morning. Okay, the next morning is when they're gonna break into the house. There's still some time until we have to leave.
밤에는 잘 보이지
This
않았지만
may be the purpose of these
허수아비들은
scarecrows. They're not scarecrows, they're
무엇이오?
martial arts fools. Buildings nocturnal shadows as they were yesterday night.
아, 아직도 있었네요.
Oh wow, they're still here.
이곳의 자제들이 거처하는 건물
There are training
앞에는
courts next to
이런
every
식의
building.
연무장이
Children
마련되어
of this place
있어요.
live.
걷고 뛸 나이가 될
Here,
즈면
every
누구나
child
이
wake
허수아비들이랑
of
놀곤
walking
한답니다.
running age get to play with these dummies.
놀이라.
Play puff. Early education is permanent.
허수아비랑 어떻게 노는 것인겐가? 그나저나 이 허수아비는 참 근사한 모자를 쓰고 있군.
Oh my god, there's so much text. My throat's gonna be sore after this, but it's gonna be fine. Yet, how doth one play with these dummies? And it appeareth that this dummy is adorned with a most dashing piece of fashion on its head. Or its
아,
head.
그건 제가 7살 때
That's
처음
the person
받았던
I
허수아비예요.
received when I was 7.
그때는
So
말이죠.
back then, I thought even
허수아비도
dummies could feel
때리면
pain when struck.
아파하는 줄 알았답니다.
Yeah,
모든 어린아이가
some kids are like that.
처음에는 그리 생각했을
Such
것이야.
was the blissful rumination of all those who were once children.
그럼 여기에 태어나는 아이들은
So, is it
어렸을
like
때부터
tradition for
이렇게 자라야
kids to be
하는
born
거야?
here to formally learn how to fight? Yes.
아, 그건 아니에요.
Oh, not exactly. Oh, no?
이번에 할머니가
They're
형한테 선물로
babies.
주셨다는 게.
Oh, so this is what grandmother gifted you, big bro?
맞아.
Yeah.
그런데
I don't
아직
know how it
쓰임새는
works,
잘
though.
모르겠어. 옷 같은 걸 입혀주거나 장신구를 매달아주는 인형
Wait,
아니겠어?
are we fighting the dolls? Is that what this combat encounter is? It must be a doll or an effigy for dress up. Oh, perhaps you could adorn it with some trinkets.
보평 집을 지켜주는 수호신 같은 걸지도 몰라.
Perhaps it's got like a guardian spirit that protects the house. Big bro Baoyu.
얼씨구
Oh boy.
이건 말이지 이렇게 쓰는
Let me show
거라고.
you how it's done.
형이 할머니가 준 선물을 때렸어.
Why did you punch grandma's gift? Well, that's what it's for.
그렇게 하면
Don't you
아파하지
think
않을까?
you're hurting it? No.
아파해?
Hurt it? Really now? This wooden thing?
이렇게 자라나야 살아남을 수
It's
있다는
more
게
that they have to
더 정확할 거예요.
that they have to grow up this way if they want to survive. That's true.
생각보다 제대로 된
This
수,
WTD
목, 인권.
isn't so bad. Wooden training dummy.
생각보다 정교하게
This
설계된
wooden
물건
training dummy
같은데
appears to have been designed and crafted with
출발하기까지
some
제법
precise
시간이
engineering
남았으니
craftsmanship.
사용해보는 것도
We
나쁘지
have some
않겠고.
time until its departure. Why didn't we try using them for a warm-up? Okay, we're
땀
definitely
나는 거
fighting them.
싫은데.
Okay, we're not going to be invaded by at the night, or invaded by enemies. Heck, I don't want to get all sweaty though. Go take a
뭐,
shower.
위험한 것도 아니고.
Well, it's not like these things
컨디션도
pose
체크할
any
겸
danger. I think we
써보는
could try
것도
them
괜찮겠네요.
out once just to see how we're doing today.
들었나 제군들.
Attention, we have
지금부터
orders
우리는
from the executive
관리자님의
manager.
명령에
I have
따라
not said
전력으로
shit.
허수아비를 상대한다.
From this moment forward, we will put all our all into laying further ruin into these training dummies. I do think it's funny. That is true. Hey, I didn't even give the order. Yeah, it's true. I did not give this order. Oh well, it won't hurt people to get our blood pumping now.
선언 돌격!
All forces, charge. They really have to put a fight to keep some people entertained, huh?
패턴을 파악하는 게
Why do you have
중요해.
an attack game?
집중 잃지 말라고.
그리고
Negative
일단
effects on
시작하면 끝나기 전까지
Why does it do
달리는
damage?
거지.
Wait, why does these counter? How do the wooden training dummies do damage?
위야.
These dummies have hands.
막아내지 못해.
What do you mean these dummies have hands?
개체의 약품을 정확히 꿰뚫었습니다. 준비를 불타는
Well, I will do the classic wind break.
표적 확인. 표적 무력화.
Classic Limbus How are you struggling? Classic Limbus Company strategy. Get hands thrown at me.
제법 좋은 일격이다. 저런 실력 있는 대결사가 도시에
Anyway, after this fight, I'm gonna go check out Sichun's kit, and then
더 노력.
how it synergizes with Phlebotomy Pack to solo Mirror Dungeon. How?
헤어내리.
Why? What is going on?
숨통 끊기.
Why are they like this?
완전히 녹아내리네.
Forward training dummy. WTD. WMDs. Sigh. When will my power come back? It's true.
올바른 방법으로 개체에게
표적
일격을 가했군요. 이것이 바로 정보의 힘입니다.
How many are there?
불가 위야.
Why do these dummies have hands? Also, dummy ID when? What in training dummy ID when?
확인 사살.
Guys, I can support you with the new ish flail. I could borrow your ish actually. Did you put your ish up for
오, 적합한
Did you put your
판단이었어.
ish up on your friend code?
적을 잘 관찰하는 게 중요하지.
Oh wait, I thought you were my friend. Oh wait, we're not friends on the. You'll see my friend code after this. I have space on my friends list because I didn't go into the Limbus company Discord and just throw my friend code in there.
전투도
꽤
이대로만
나쁘지 않은
부탁드리겠습니다.
공격감이었어.
Me getting carried by
뭐
by hierarchy.
흑수미. 이때쯤 끝내자.
Why are these dummies? Why are these?
불쌍하게 울고 좀.
Honestly, I think these dummies are going to be like the medium tier encounter in the Mirror Dungeon, and then those poor people are going to be the low tier encounter in the Mirror Dungeon. There is a Discord. I know.
오늘 부끄럽지 않았습니다.
Oh, are you talking about if there is a Discord? Yeah, there's a Discord.
내일은 더 떳떳이
It's an
살아갈 수
unofficial
있겠군요.
Project Moon Discord, but I'm pretty sure Kim Ji-hoon himself is in there. I did say
야밤의
I
달빛과
was
함께
going
사라지는 것이
code's right here. If you're on Steam, I mean, if you're running the game on Steam, you can do that. But that's just my code.
야밤의 달빛과 함께 사라지는 것이 저희
But yeah,
필요해요.
there's an unofficial Project Moon
그러나
Discord.
구름이 필요하시다면 달이 구름의 숨은 틈을 타
Yeah,
죽음께 서겠습니다.
Ricardo is a big reason why that Discord was created, I think, just so that people could beat Ricardo back in Canto 4. But let me Ish his kit. If the target has 5 types of negative effects, Clash Power 1. On Coin Power 1 for every 3 part, so plus 2 Coin Power, plus 1 Clash Power, Clash Win. Alright, and then is this an enhanced version? Unclashable. Consume already. The retreat or is a backup unit. Okay, so you want her to retreat. It's just a piece of heal phlebotomy pack. Yeah, it's just good sustain. Okay, if it's just good sustain, then good gift. Alright. Phlebotomy pack. And hitting a character with enemy skill is. That's for character turn. Wrath skill. Does she have a wrath skill? She doesn't have a wrath skill. It's just good, is it just good sustain? Is it no wrath skill? Just good sustain? All right.
야밤의 달빛
I'll trust you guys. Are we being up more training dummies? Or are there people that show up? Okay, it's probably more training dummies. then I don't see how
여기까지
or difficult or easy it is to solo mirror dungeon.
바로 열어두겠습니다.
늙은이의 낙인이
개체의 약점을 정확히 꿰뚫었습니다.
But
준비를 철저히 해놓고
thinking of game design, there was not a non-zero chance
개체가 유리한 조건에 놓여 있는
that Project Moon created the glitch where the Haitian meta doesn't have any. That is true. What was I thinking? Oh god, I'm dying. Sunset. I get you after this encounter.
적극 판단이었어?
좋은 일격이 적을 날 사람들이 해결사가 도시에
What was I
많아져야 할
saying?
텐데 말이야.
Oh god.
더 노력.
Anyway. The
직전의 공격처럼 개체에게
Oh.
인상적인 일격을
I think
올바른
I'm dying here.
개체에게 일격을 가했군요. 이것이
Phlebotomy pack.
정보의 힘입니다.
Okay. We looked at Itch's kid. I looked at phlebotomy pack.
아직 죽지 마라.
Something about a glitch. Oh yeah, the glitch. My initial idea is that Project Moon
저희에게 유리한
probably
상황입니다.
glitched retreat at some point where if there's a unit that uses retreat but doesn't die,
그림자 속으로 가라앉게.
that the game will soft lock themselves after they retreat if they're the only unit in the game. But I'm not sure how that works because I haven't used retreat units at all because I own
사무실 직원을 더 늘릴
none of them. Well, no, I own full stop heat flip, but I don't really use this retreat mechanic, or I try not to.
효력사. 좋아.
계속하면 되겠네.
Well, you will have one. That is true. The collective communities units together, we have every unit in the game. Except for Talisman Sinclair. Rest in peace, Talisman Sinclair, shot dead in Huangyang.
나는 저 정도면 기압으로 견뎠는데 요즘 친구들은 허약하고
Also, I still don't know how unsupported. Alright.
끝내지.
I'll check them out. But I'm probably using your Ish because you know what? Ish for this team seems pretty good, so I don't have to use LCCB. I don't have to use solid Ish. Hurrah! How refreshing.
오, 잠이
Cool.
깨긴 하네 이거.
I guess some morning workouts really do wake you up.
매번 큰일 있기 전에 시비나 걸리고 시작하니까
We die for our sins, that is true.
이렇게까지 몸을 풀어야 직성이 풀리게
We've
되어버렸네요.
gotten so used to getting in tussles before we can get the real meat of our missions, that is. Mornings feels complete without some action.
그래도 유의미한 준비 운동.
Nevertheless, this was a meaningful warm-up
그런데
activity.
홍루 씨는 왜 지금까지
I've been meaning to
가주대전에
ask Conley,
참가를 할
why did
생각이
you ever
없었던
consider
건가요?
participating in the family hierarchy work before?
다른 형제자매분들은
It seems to me
아주
that all of your
오래전부터
other siblings
기다려왔던
have been
것
waiting
같아서요.
and training all their lives for this event.
단순해요.
It's simple,
가주가 되고 싶다고
because I
생각한
never once
적은
thought I wanted to be the
한
family
번도
hierarch.
없었으니까.
정말로
Is
다행이지
it not
않니?
truly most fortunate?
옥을 물고 태어나지 않았다면
Had you not been born with the jade, my son,
네 다른
you'd have to
형제
toil
자매처럼
all your life
가주대전을
preparing
준비하며
for the
힘든
family
시간을
hierarchy
겪어야
war
했을
like
거란다.
your other siblings do.
너는 그런 것에 힘쓰지 않아도 집안
I'm sorry to tell you,
어르신분들과
mother,
사모님이
but I will be.
너를 아껴줄 거란다.
We will be dying for the family hierarchy war. You need not waste your strength on those things. To win the favor of the elders and Jamu, venerated be their blessings.
그저
Simply
많은 것을 보며
witness as much as the world has to offer. Jade of our family, my precious son, bow you. We die all the time, to be fair. Thanks to me, Dante. More memories. What's wrong, Yisang? You seem kind of distraught.
어제 파우스트 양이
It's to do with
일컬어주었던
the plan Miss
계획
Faust
말이오.
explained to us last night.
나는 사실
I find
그리
the plan
탐탁지가
rather
않소.
detestable.
저도요.
Me too.
하지만
But
홍루
Honglu
씨가
said he's okay
괜찮다고
with it, so
하셨으니까요.
I mean, I wouldn't
그런데
trust the word that
그걸
Honglu says. He has
계획이라고
feelings
부를 수가 있는
that he never
건가요?
tells us. Can we even call it a plan if we're being honest here?
행동의 지침과 기대 목표가
It
있으니
matches the
계획이라는
definition of a
정의는
plan,
들어맞는다.
given that it illustrates certain instructions to be followed for the purposes of achieving a defined goal. Thank you, Mirsa. Very cool. And please
가족의
remember that there are no
두
second
번째
chances
기회라는
in the
건
family hierarchy.
없으니까요.
How long is part 1, by the way? Because we're about halfway through the
그림자가 그들을
stages.
덮었습니다. 청소부가 다녀가고
8,
날이
10 is
밝으면
fully story.
죽을
야간
Twitter, check friends. Inbox. Where did you hide the liquor? Me too, bud. Let me judge your 87. That's pretty good actually. Nocturnal sweeping. A Mochalan card. Level 52. Well played. What's your company look like? Alright, I'm judging the placement of your stuns. Part 1 is more stories than fights. Alright, then we'll be here for a while then. I am judging the placement of your sinners. Primarily because they're not in company order. Initially I thought this half was looking to the left and this half was looking to the right, but this is clearly not true. And they're not of all one archetype. Also, your Ish is not here, unless I'm missing something. Am I missing something? This is okay. No, you have Reindeer Honglu, so you definitely recently updated it. But I'm not sure.
야간의 달빛과 함께
We'll get that settled when we deal with the story. 8 to 10. Okay. Oh, drink some water.
보호토련님 외 12인 철벽당 입성하십니다.
Young Master Bao Yu and his 12 companions arriving at elevated viridescent jade hall. I love... Okay, I know that is the symbol for a house because it looks like a house. I don't know the rest of those. We entered the hall, where the first round was to be held. As always, the servant by the gate announced our arrival. It's a resounding holler we'd grown to expect.
후기장이나
Oh, there's a lot of people
경기장
here.
같은 형태니까.
An arena or stadium, I see.
보는
We have
눈이
many
제법
eyes on
많은
us,
것
our victory
같습니다,
manager.
관리자.
Okay, so it's going to be a battle royale. Cool. I looked to see that the audience seats, which were brimming with people, were divided into stair-like terraces, and on the platforms of the opposite end of the halls, 3 shadows of chairs could be seen cast on the obscuring curtain fabric. Alright, grandmother's probably in one of those chairs. As for us, we followed the attendant's guidance and stood next to the other participants at the circular area in the center. So the evaluations are happening past those curtains? Dayu? Oh no. I see someone you recognize?
아니요.
No, it's
괜찮아요,
nothing,
단장님.
Dante.
다시 만나도
Even if we were to meet again, we don't really have anything to talk about anyway. The KK heat got changed. I'm going to trust that means you changed your company.
인연이 있다면
Maybe we have
이야기할
another
기회가
chance
닿을
later
테죠.
if fate wills it.
시작하나
Oh
보네요.
hey, I think it's finally getting started. Curtains slid open. Okay. Wait, who are you? Wait, who are you? Curtains opened, and the old woman we saw from yesterday in the banquet hall walked out to the platform.
나는
Oh, Grandma.
운이 따라주어
Many scores
오래전
ago, I
강호의 자리에
descended
올랐지만은
of Jiamu with a
장관
stroke of
세월이
fortune.
지나
Yet a
이제는
lifetime
이
has
자리를
passed. I assume this
내려놓고
great
산하를
responsibility.
흘러다니려 한다.
Such as it is, I seek to abdicate and walk the path of mountains and streams as a river does.
그리하여 앉았던 자리는 공석이 될진저
Seeks one with the
자격을
qualities
갖춘 자는
of a family
이를
hierarchy.
메워야
Fill it.
할지 가씨,
Thus,
설씨,
here in this place, a
왕씨,
collective
사시가의
upheld by pillars of
기둥들로
4 great
이루어진
houses, Jia,
이
Sui,
대관원에
Wang, and Shi,
우리가
who shall once
하루도
again
잊지
ask you
않고
in the
추구하던
perennial question.
하나의 질문에 대한
Okay, mothers
답을
from this mothers of Wang and then Xia are Honglu's betrothed to Shui, and then she message retract. I changed it today. I don't know when it changes. Understandable.
그대들은 전력을 다하여 찾아왔을 것이라 믿는다.
Have you brought us aught to prove that the answer indeed exists? Okay, the Shah House is blue, but that doesn't make sense with Zichun because she's red, and I assume Wang is red. Who's the woman next to her?
제
Ah,
첫째
she's my
누나인
oldest sister, big
원춘
sister
누나예요.
Wanchun.
큐사에 아주 높으신
She's
분과
married, a
혼례를
very
치른 후
important person in Q
쭉
Corp.
큐사에서
Spent most of her
지내시다가
time there. Looks like
발걸음을
she's
하셨나
visiting
보네요.
for the event. Okay.
비록 다른 둥지에 머물고 있던
Oh, she's
몸이지만
also a Shah.
고르게 점을
What are
나누고
these colors?
전륜의 지성을
Who's deciding
다할
these
수
color
있도록
combinations?
잠시 자리하였으니
Though I have resided long in a foreign nest, I have now returned fleeting to share my love with flesh and blood, to fulfill my duties as observed by the order of filial piety.
최선을
I
다해
use the word
진리를
filial piety a
살피겠노라.
lot. I return that the truth shall be observed to the best of my abilities.
누군가는 순조롭게 누군가는
Some of you may
천만 고비
have walked
끝에
the path
이
laid gentle
해답을
to your feet,
가져왔을
yet some of you may have struggled through an unlaid brutal path of cragged mountains 1,000-fold to find your answers.
하지만 1차 심사의
Yet regardless of
단한 번뿐
the severity of your suffering, all of you equally have but one opportunity for the first round.
그럼에도 그대들은
Even
모두
still,
이곳
you were
대관원의
all once
후계자들이었으며
prospective heirs of this great house.
탈락마저도
Even
대관원의
your
부흥이
failures shall
되리라.
bring power and prosperity to this place.
이제부터 호명하는 순서대로 나와
Now, come forth.
불로 불사
In the order you are
장생의
summoned,
진귀한
demonstrate the
해답을
invaluable
시연하노라.
answers to the questions of the three freedoms, one from agent, one from death, and one from the brevity of life. Okay. A
시연이
classic.
불가하다면 거짓 없는
classic
증거를
immortality
내보여야
test.
한다.
If the nature of your answer is indemonstrable, present ironclad proof.
놓치지 말고
Lose not and
버리지
discard
말라.
not. Let fresh youth be
젊음은
unending
영원
and eternal.
무궁하리라.
After the respective speeches, Zachun and Jambu disappeared behind the curtains atop the platform.
첫 번째 참가자.
Okay, Papa. First candidate. It seemed that Honglu's father assumed the role of host for the first round.
왕씨 가문의
Ren of the
Yeah.
Wang family. Oh, it's a fucking nerd. I don't like his step sounds. That's disgusting. Unrang. Wang Ren, first to be summoned, walked up to the platform. Behind him. Oh, okay, that makes sense. Dragging someone by a rope. Is this a blood fiend?
빨리 와라, 멍청한 것.
Hurry up, foolish thing.
누구를 데려가는
What?
거죠?
Why are they dragging him on stage?
저 정도의 움직임이면
Whoever it is, they clearly do not want to be here.
불로불사.
Be free from aging and death.
태어날 때 주어진 몸뚱아리 이상의 단계로
Suppose
진보를
every wing
꿈꾸는
dreams of escaping and rising
어느
beyond,
나에게나 가지고 있는
rising
수건인가
beyond
봐.
the body they were born with. Puff.
홍원의
Each course
불로불사도
pursuit of immortality probably
그런
isn't
맥락이겠지.
special in that regard. Gasp. Okay, it's definitely a blood fiend of Don Quixote. He. Yeah, oh, it's a blood bag. Even worse. He had broth and blood bag. That's when we were finally able to recognize who the candidate dragged up to the stage. The eyes, unfocused and red, mouth liquid, drool drilling down the mouth guard. Meaningless, snarling. That is a mindless blood bag. Well, no one. Ideally,
답이 될 수 있는 것이요.
you do not want to be immortal and mindless. How does the blood fiend become an answer to
일반
immortality?
사람들의 시선에서는
In layman's eyes,
불로와
blood fiends
가깝게 느껴질 수도
may appear to
있겠지만
have fully attained freedom from aging.
저희는 이미 알고 있다시피 혈귀 또한 피를
However,
섭취하지
as we are all
못하면
are
늙고
now all aware
쇠약해집니다.
blood fiends can grow old and weak after a prolonged period of blood deprivation. Yeah, it's not.
짐작컨대
You're not
저들이 원하는
immortal.
답과는
Well,
한참 멀
vulnerable.
것이라고 예상되는군요.
Thus, it is unlikely to prove the answer they seek. After some struggle, the blood bag was dragged kicking and growling past the curtain atop the platform.
저것이 소문으로나 들리던 혈귀라는 것인가?
So that creature is a fabled blood fiend then. No. Not even something that I rank again.
저걸로 되겠나?
I doubt I'll do the job. Blood fiends would indeed be quite the esoteric knowledge, but to judge from this contest, I doubt they're anything more than lukewarm trivia. That is true.
녀석 퍽이라 철박했나 본데.
Wankin must have been pretty desperate, huh? That is, yeah. He's either lazy as balls or that boy ain't right in the upstairs. Yeah.
생각보다
Here's the knowledge of blood fiends, oddly common amongst this ilk.
본래 혈기는
Indeed,
각
blood fiends
둥지에
are
퍼져 있으니
present in every nest. It's
알만한
a
자는
little
아는
surprised
것도
that those privy to arcane knowledge are well aware of their existence. Hey Don Quixote, take off your shoes. After a brief moment that lasted less than a minute, Wang Ren and his faction emerged from behind the curtain and descended from the platform.
가조 심사 후보 왕인
Wang Ren,
결과를
candidate
기다리기 위해
of the
자리에
family
서라.
hierarch evaluations, stand upon the podium and wait your judgment. Crush him. Squish him. Squish that nerd. Then they ascended the round podium behind the platform as ordered,
왕인 가조 심사 1차
thus
결과
announcing Wenrang's results for round 1 of the family hierarch evaluations. Elimination. Well, yeah, dumbass.
안 돼.
No.
피.
Wang
무한한 피만
Hunt.
있으면 이들은 영원할 거라니까요, 가모님.
Wild Hunt. Listen, all they need is blood. As long as you supply them with enough blood, they'll be eternal and everlasting. Venerable Jamu, please.
아니,
No.
영원하지 않을 거라네.
What awaits them is no eternity at all.
심사하는 자들의
Verily,
피곤,
I know not the shape of
진정한
this true
블루불사가
immortality the
무엇인지는
evaluation seek to
본인도
attain
모르는 피에
yet.
종속되어 영혼을 고통받는
The
혈기는
longevity of a blood fiend shackled by
방법에
blood
손꼽힐 수
and endless suffering is unlikely to be won.
그러나 하지만
But why?
기억은 그대로
Damn
가지고
hunters
있다고
told me
사냥꾼
they still
놈들이.
retain all their memories. Rip a bozo. That's true. To become a blood fiend is
모든
to
욕망과
surrender all
감정의
desires and emotions that exist
피로
within thy
피로
being for a
비틀어지고.
singular hunger for blood and only blood. Look at their name.
끝없이 불행한 삶만이
I'm sorry.
남았다면 모를까.
Perhaps
저렇게 놓고 싶지
that's
않은
an
것으로
unacceptable
가득한
condition
자들에게
for those who
혈기가
expect
되어
nothing but
말하는
fathomless
것은
torment for the rest of their lives. Yet for those with much to lose, with much in life they cling to, as those present seem to,
불로불사를 주는 것이 아니라
the fate of a blood
정신의
fiend is no
족쇄를
freedom
채워
from aging in
피의
this.
노예가 되어라
It is
재촉하는
but
것과
a sanguine shackle to enslave their minds.
5개 세력원이
NPCs.
훌륭한 답변을
The hierarch
주었으니
of Hongwang.
더 말할 것도
Oh wait, no, that's
없겠구나.
her. That's Grandma. A member of Baoyu's faction has given an excellent reply. No further elaboration necessary.
하물며 진짜 고위 혈귀를 데려온 것도 아닌
And you
피주머니를
have failed us to
데려왔으니
bring us a high
성이 또한
trinket, let alone
부족하다
a blood
보이는구나.
fiend at all. This creature is but a miserable blood bag. I cannot even well commend your efforts, Lamao. Here, one of the Wang family.
진작
They have
탈락한
spoken
자에게
and
걸맞지
mercifully
않은
have given
이유를
you the
친히
full explanation
알리셨으니
of your mistake. A
이를
privilege
생의
that
마지막에
failed
은혜로
candidates do
하시게.
not reserve. Let this be the final blessing of your life. You're going to die. Wang. Well, that was quick. And we know Q Corp has the first kindred. I did not know that actually, because I have not played the Q Corp. Yeah, she is Q Corp. Oh, yeah, that makes sense. But I did not know Q Corp had a first kindred. Because because I have not played Runa or Lobotomy Corporation. But I should play those. Maybe after this Canto. The podium suddenly opens under their feet, casting Winring and the blood back to the depths with a blood-curdling screech. Rip a bozo. So that's what happens when you fail to pass. Well, yeah.
이거 그냥
That's
극적인 연출을 위한 거지.
that was
저기
just for
떨어져도
dramatic
다시
effect, right?
올려보내주는 거지.
there's gotta be like a side path leading back to upstairs. No, they're dead. Yeah, Canto 7 takes place in Q Corp. Am I stupid? Yes, actually. Was that first Kindred Don Quixote? Well, originally Don Quixote, not our Don Quixote. The second Kindred. And they took Don's father to study him. Oh. I thought Don's father is dead, but I was I thought you could just study the body. Yes, the OG. Okay. Of course not. Can't you smell the stench of festering pain rising like heat from the depths? There's a lot to remember about the Limbus Company world. My brain is small, and my memory storage is also small. Haha, Ryoshu, you've been honing your sense of humor, huh? These are some pretty nasty jokes, though.
저 발판 아래는 어디로 이어지는
Where
거지?
does the hole lead? Judging by the time between the drop and the sound of the fall, I presume it goes quite far down.
아마도 가문의 오래된
It
비밀들이
probably
있는
leads to a place
장소일 거예요.
with lots of old family secrets.
당연히
Oh,
보물
not
같은 건
treasures, of course,
아니랍니다.
but trying to
보통 사람들이
figure that out might
알려고
get you a visit from a
흑수들이
Haitian,
찾아오는
probably.
정도라나요?
본격적으로 준비했네요.
They went all out on the theatrics, huh?
그래.
He's a man which is described as mythical, like no other.
우리가 당할 수도 있는 거고.
Isn't there another first Kindred, like, before Don Quixote? OG? Like a, anomaly, not anomaly, whatever they're called in Lobotomy Corporation, that Don Quixote is either spawned from or equivalent to. Yeah, and we could very well be the ones screaming and falling down the hole later. The next cannon, summoned before we were even able to shake off the initial shock.
두 번째 참가자
Second cannon hails from the Jouet
설씨
family.
가문의
We sat through a few more names and subsequent failures. We couldn't hear what exactly they were talking about beyond the curtains, and unlike the very loud and obvious blowback, the answers other cannons brought were less obvious as well. All we had to go on were the shadows of their desperate attempts to explain things before the judges. They don't show up in the corporation, to show up in the library, and their name was Nostra. So it was based off the book. Yeah, that's fair. Nosferatu. Except you're higher up till after lobotomy. Okay, so I need to play Runa if I want to do that. Another one. Everyone in the hole. Boring as hell. The longer we watched the death toll rise, the less shocking they became. All these kids dying. And is mentioned in the book Distortion Detective. Oh god, I would have to read books. I already have to read visual novels like this one.
여덟 번째 참가자
8th candidate, Outshy of the Jouet family. I can't believe our wife is about to die. Oh hey, we know her. Oh boy. She was technically our competition, but it seemed like she managed to give the sinners quite the positive impression with yesterday's brief encounters. Some of them were even cheering her on. We couldn't see exactly what Jouet Baochai brought, but she was also holding something as she entered past the curtains.
설가 부차
Baochai of
심사
the Jouet
결과.
family. After her brief meeting with the judges, which going by the shadows cast in the curtains appeared to have gone better than expected, she emerged. As soon as she did, Baochai immediately turned in a direction at Honglu to be exact.
보고 있었구나.
Wow, Baoyu, you were watching me? She's a little marshmallow. Don't worry, there's only 2 books. Okay. I do need to read more books, so that's fine. And began exactly waving her hand. She passes. Okay. She's more dangerous than we think. That's great. The podium beneath her remained shut. Passing connection may have been, yet I ill wish to see her familiar face be claimed by the abyss. Thus, I am glad. Alright, Isaac.
17번째 참가자
17 candidate.
가시 가문의
Shichun of
시춘.
the Xia family. It's
시춘 씨
Shichun's turn.
차례인가 봐요.
She slowly ascended the platform, unaccompanied. She held in her hands a tightly sealed gourd bottle.
비로소
Oh, no.
얻었나 보네요.
Looks like she found it. She found the water from the river we saw in Don Quixote's memories back then.
말도 안 돼.
Impossible.
그 레테를?
She reached left. Now all the important people, thank you.
정말 그곳에
We love
도달했을
important
가능성은
people.
한없이 낮습니다.
The possibility that she actually reached there in person is infinitely minuscule.
물론 천문학적 확률을 뚫고서
There's
그
an
강까지
infinitesimal
도달했을
statistical
확률까지
probability that she
부정하지
could have reached the
않습니다.
river yet. Not even Faust can conceive how
저들의
someone
역량으로
of their
이
capabilities could
짧은
have
시간
reached the
동안
head
가장
of one
깊은
of the
곳 중 한
deepest
곳의
fathoms.
원료에
This
도달한다는
becomes
것은
even more impossible. She's
파우스트로서도
coping so hard.
상상하기 어렵군요.
And considering the relatively short passage of time since then and now. No. If you think about it, you're the only. That is true.
모종의 방법을 통해 새어나오거나
The
맺혀진
more likely
일부를
explanation
채취한
might
것은
be that she
아닐지.
obtained the waters by collecting its dew or a portion of what has seeped out. Alas.
근데 그 강물은 기억을 깊게 재워서 지워줄 뿐일 터
Alas,
블루불사와
but river
관계가
waters
있는 겐가?
serve only put slumber one's memories. Pray, doth it truly hold a link to the immortality we seek? Yeah, I mean,
네.
it's the river
아마도
less.
저들이 원하던 정신의 불사와
Yes, it is
밀접한
likely
관계가
closely
있을
connected
테죠.
to the immortality of the mind they pursue,
그 정보를 알고 있는 이도 극소수인 만큼
as there
저병에
are,
담긴
but an
것이
extremely small
유효하다면
number of people privy to the knowledge of the
역시
rivers. If the contents of the
합격률은
Battle of
높다고
Genuine Faust
생각합니다.
expects her to pass.
가시 시춘 합격.
Oh boy, she has the funny bottle of river water. It does. Look at Dawn. Yeah, Dawn is basically immortal.
걸 얻어왔구나. 네 세가로 이걸 얻으려면
You have
보통의
brought us
노력으로는 안
before us a
되었을
priceless treasure. It must have taken unparalleled efforts to obtain this, given the meager size of your clan.
감사합니다, 원춘 언니.
Thank you, big sister Yuanchun. As expected, all three judges appeared quite satisfied by what Yichun brought before them. Nice. Well done. I can't wait to kick her ass. N Corp. Am I reading that right? Or Don's backstory. Well, we all love Don Quixote, so. I'm going to check. It only shows 12, which sucks, but I'll cycle through it a few times. $54, 3. This is a ish, so I'm going to use it.
뒤따르죠.
But I assume you have yours uptied to 4.
그 다음
54.
18번째 참가자.
Wait, you don't have yours uptied to 4? Excuse me? The next 18th candidate. Bloody hell. How many people are there in this household?
가시 가문의
One of the Xia family. Huh? Okay. Alright. Wait, is that their fleshets or whatever we met in Railway? Or at least wearing ego gear? Our first meeting with this man was less than amicable. I had a strong feeling that another one wasn't going to do anything to prove that. Jahuan walked up to the platform. No. Interesting. We all fell silent, hearing a familiar name. Bastard. I could feel that some of the sinners were growing tense, some of them even gritting their teeth. And the other man, closely following Jahuan, was holding something that looked like an egg of an admiralty, or was also a familiar face. I'd seen him many times in Yi Seng's memory. Oh boy.
저 사람들이 입고 온 거 보여요?
It's fallible, yeah. The deflator what's its. Dante, are you seeing what they are wearing? Ego gears. Okay, they are actually just wearing ego gears. Good.
LC처럼 새로운 추출법을 알아냈거나 혹은 로보토미에서 구해온 곳으로 추정되는군요.
Yeah, I'll check. I don't know all the abnormalities from LobCorp. The development of their own extraction or have scavenged them from LobCorp. There's an egg of an abnormality.
저걸 그대로 보여줄 셈인가?
Are they planning to just offer them an abnormality egg? Oh, it's the bleeding hand abnormality that the ego that Ryoshu has. That's Vav. I forget its name. How is that an answer to anything?
해석의 여지에 달렸지만
I got it. Thank you. Thank you. Well, there's room for interpretation.
환상체 역시
Some may present a reasonable
글로불사에
argued
가까운 존재라
interpretation that,
해석할 수도
that
있으니까.
abnormalities are entities that neighbor immortality.
어떤 환상체의 알인지가
The link
관건이겠군.
of their success hinges on which abnormality's egg that ends up being. I don't
하지만
know
제가 아는 가완형이라면
enough
실패할
about
거라고
abnormalities
생각되는 것엔
if to know
절대
about their
목숨을
eggs.
걸지
So
않을 거예요.
if it's Big Brother Jahwan, I know he's never gonna risk his life for something he thinks will fail. One of the Shah family passes the first evaluation. Okay, good. Contrary to most of our wishes, Jahwan managed to pass the first round as well. Many more candidates came and went. One of them carried a massive, mysterious coffin. Wait, Wild Hunt. Wang family, Wang and Tawe. One of them brought a thick book, and one of them presented a cage so tiny that we couldn't see what was within. Some managed to pass, while some of them were sent screaming into the mysterious abyss. As we waited and watched the candidates come and go, people from N-Corp turned them. Their turn complete approached us.
아직 황혼이 되기에는 이른 시간이
Oh, are we fighting them? Oh no.
다시
Yet
마주하는
early it
것이
is for twilight to arrive,
제법이를
thus too early too is this meeting of ours. As if to prove his own words back at LCE, that he's come to accept the certain things that are, Yi Sang, truly regarded his old friend, was now working with for N-Corp.
알량하고 앙상한 새 쉼터가 턱 자네 마음에 든
N-Corp
모양이야.
New League of Nine
그리 농하는 건
Literatures.
구인회가 무너진 뒤에 처음 보는 것 같으니.
Get Wild Hunt ego gear. Is Wild Hunt? Wild Hunt's not an abnormality, so I don't think we can extract ego gear from it, but maybe. You must find this small and barren respite of yours quite enjoyable. I have not seen you jest as you do now since the league fell.
어쩐 일로 내게 걸음한 것이오.
Or what do you
살갑게 담소를
now
남기엔 쌓인
approach me?
감정이
The rift is too
많지 않은가?
great betwixt. They use this word so much. To chatter on with any affection to speak of.
내가 보자고 한 건
Do
아니니
not mistake my
오해는
intent,
마시게.
for it
내
wasn't I who desired to
팀메이트가
approach.
제
My
가족 얼굴을
teammates
한번
simply
보고
wished
싶다 해서
to
겸사겸사
have
들린
looked at
것뿐이니
his
말이야.
brother's face, and I thought I might as well see how you are faring.
가주 대전이 열리니 모두들 대관원으로 돌아오는
Looks like
거야.
everyone's coming back to this
그날
place now
이후로는
the
처음 보네.
family hierarchy war has started, brother. This is our first meeting since then, right?
세상 물정엔 청맹관이처럼 어둡고 가주라면 칠색팔색을
You're
하던
probably not gonna
네가
survive, but you're
여긴 왜
currently
올라온 거야?
wearing really, like, I would wear this probably. If this isn't the foolish, doltish fool who has eyes but knows not how to see, I know you well enough. You normally turn purple with aversion upon hearing a brief mention of the word hierarch. So why are you here?
저 냄새나는 것들이랑
Who are
이번엔
you and
어딜
your
빌붙은
stinking
거지?
entourage working for this time?
네 역겨운 속을 모르고
Is that
겉에반에
swag girl
쫓아다니는
blinded by your
설가의
looks
여시?
to revolting
아니면
rot within? Or is it
아직도
Shun
그
who
시절을
still
잊지
defends you
못하고
and you're
허공을
meaningfully
헛도는 말이나 내뱉는
found
널
spile,
싸고도는
deluded into
시충이야?
belief that you are still the same boy from your childhood?
왜
Oh,
살리지
that's
않았지?
this guy. Okay. Why didn't you save her? No. Let me ask you a
질문을
different question.
바꾸지. 왜 그
Why
애만 살린 것이냐?
did you save
가보.
her and only her? Xia Biaoyu,
형,
brother.
사람은
Humans
필요
die.
않고 죽기 마련이야.
That is what they're born to do.
곧 다음 심사가 시작됩니다.
Okay. backstory.
참가자분들은 자리로 돌아가
Next
주십시오.
candidate will be judged soon. Candidates must return to their seats.
죽어있는 시종
You're a servant. You're barely even a living thing.
돌아가지.
Let us return. This course will not bear any fruit. What's this? A reunion party?
만남의 광장이.
괜히 기분만 잡쳤네.
That sure soured things. Those shameless bastards.
자식들,
The office is
또
here.
우리
They're here
걸
to nick our
뺏어가려고
things
온 거
again.
맞지?
No, it's dark outside. 1 second. Alright. There we go. The backup.
그런 것 치곤 태도가 묘하긴 했는데
Maybe maybe, but something about them feels different today.
어느 쪽이든
Whichever it is the case,
저들보다
the
높은
safer
순위로
option would
대전을
be to place
마치는 게
higher.
안전할 테죠.
Would be to place higher than them. Let's go gambling.
떨어졌네요.
Another one falls.
이걸
This
지켜보고
family
있는
has
사람들
to be
중에서
watching this ride.
저
I
사람의
wonder if they'll
가족들도
be
있을
okay.
텐데 괜찮은 걸까요?
I mean, the weak die. Here, Sinclair mutters, watching another candidate fall down the trapdoor. Check.
보고 있다면
I can't imagine how anyone would be okay watching their own fall like
좋지
that.
않을 것 같은데요.
Their own fall like.
Sinclair.
I just had that.
뒤쪽에 있는 관계.
Sinclair, people sitting behind us.
떨어진 자의 부모야.
They are his parents. The guy who just fell. Oh my God, Sinclair. No.
저런 걸 자식이라고 끼고 살았다니.
We raised that failure at our own son. What a pathetic disappointment. That's real.
그래도 우리
Don't worry.
셋째는
I have
잘해낼
faith in our
거예요.
third child. I mean, it's not like we
저
expected
녀석에겐
anything
별로
from this
기대도
one,
하지
right?
않았잖아요.
Feel. Wow.
가주가 되기만을
I
위해
see.
살아왔다는
It
건
means to dedicate your whole life to becoming the
이것까지
family
판단하는
hierarch.
이야기였네요.
많은 분들이 가주가 되는 걸 간절히
Many people
바란답니다.
desperately vie for the seat of
물론
family hierarch. Of
저분들처럼
course, some of
자신이
them,
가주가
like his
되는
parents,
대신
hope to
자신과 친하거나 피로 이어진 누군가
have their
가주가 되는
friend
걸
or
바라시는
close blood
분도
relative
있지만요.
become the family hierarch instead.
직접 가주가
But
되지
they seek
않더라도
to seize a lifetime worth
밀접하니가
of
가주에
riches,
오른
power,
것은
and recognition by
평생의
taunting someone they can
이신양면과
control in the
부귀영화를
family
소양하겠다는
hierarchy
심산이다.
without becoming one themselves.
그렇게 만든 건 유통기한이 짧지.
That kind's got a good low shelf life. Hey, fucking men.
이런 뜻하지 않은 기회로
Looks
인해
like I finally got to know how my
오랫동안
long-lost
지켜보던
siblings are doing
형제자매들의
thanks to this
안부도
unforeseen
알 수 있게
opportunity.
되었네요.
27번째 참가자. 설씨
27th
가문의
candidate,
반.
Pan, the Shui family. Okay. Alright. Weird talismans going on here. Shui Pan. Shui family. Shui Pan. I've heard that. Have we heard that name before? Ah,
보차 누나의 오라버니 되시는
he's
분이에요.
Bissus Baochai's older brother. Shui Pan walked up to the platform, holding what appeared to be a large jar with multiple talismans plastered over it. Oh, buddy.
눈빛이 뭔가 쎄하지
Hey,
않아?
is it just me, or does the guy look like he's totally up to something? Oh,
여기
buddy.
안 그런 사람이 어디 있어요?
Let's be honest. Who here doesn't?
근데
Yeah,
나도
but that
느꼈어.
sod's different. He's... Instead of ascending to the platform into the curtain, he walked up to the podium.
너 죽고 너 죽자 같은 느낌인데.
Mate, looks to me he's completely lost in the plot. He's the new talisman Sinclair ID trust. I swear. Oh,
참가자 설반.
candidate Weapon.
항상 안으로
You
들어가시오.
will ascend the platform and enter the curtain threshold.
길이 아니어야 재미를
Where's the fun in walking down the straight-foot road?
좋은 구경은 다 같이 하는 게 이치에 맞지 않겠나?
It's the only right that something so precious and entertaining should be shared with everyone, wouldn't you agree? Oh no. He places a jar on the ground. And from within, a desiccated hand emerges.
주술 따위로 장난질을 친
Pathetic sorcerer's trickery. Ryoshu muttered with palpable distaste. Why is he...
안에서 뭐가 나온
What
거야?
the heck is that? Corpses, their desiccated flesh covered in a light, sparse layer of fluid papers, crawled out of the jar and began to shamble. I love shambling. They're neither distortion nor abnormalities. Their
피좀
behavior reminds me of
환상체에
bloodbags,
조속된 것들과 비슷해
sub-entities
보이는 것.
enslaved by abnormalities.
이성이 남아있질
independent
않는
from their
것으로 봐.
consciousness has
목표도
been stripped of them.
무작위겠지.
attack indiscriminately. Let's go.
강한 사리를 지속적으로 내보이는 것으로 보아
It seems that
틀림없이
they're just
눈앞에 있는
intent
것들을
killing and maiming
무차별적으로
whatever,
공격할 것
whoever they
같습니다.
can get their claws on.
관리자님,
Xavier Man,
전투
you
명령.
must prepare your for battle. Your orders. Jar. Yippee! Jar monster set upon the audience, stuffing the struggling, still breathing victims into their jars. Get the jar.
범연이 날개에서 주최하는 가주 대전이 진행 중인데.
Oh god, why did I say that?
주최 측에서 수습해줘야 하는 거 아니에요?
Okay, why are the organizers doing it? This is an event hosted by a wing, isn't
가주
it?
대전에서 다른 사람들을 해하면 안
Because
된다는
there isn't a
규칙은
rule in the family hierarchy that prohibits bringing harm to other people.
규칙이 없다고 정말
Wow.
아무 대응도 안
So they're
해버린다는
gonna
거야?
sit back and twiddle their thumbs because no one specifically told them to step in? Haha, what the hell? That's true. Hi.
어떻게 해야 해? 우리가 나서야 해?
What do we do now? Should we step in?
살아남은 다음에 가주 대전에 무사히 참가를 해야겠죠.
How did it go? The battle's about to start. We should still probably survive and ensure safe participation in the family hierarchy.
이게 뭐야?
What the hell are these? Get away from me! As the monsters began to swarm in, some candidates scattered and ran away, while some stood their ground and fought back. Those who did neither were the ones getting slaughtered. That's true. I was simultaneously reminded of Sod and the confidence smile she flashed at me as she reassured us that she should be able to pass the first round with little to no trouble. Looks like we have no choice but to take them down. Alright. Combat time. This combat should be easy, right? Alright.
불필요한 관심은 사양하죠. 저는 조용한 게
Two
좋아서요.
skill 1s, a skill 2, and skill 3. Skill 3. Negative debuff power. Okay, just stack so many negative effects on them. Rupture plus rupture count. Flash one game poise. Combat start. Launch 3. Upon retreat, move to the frontmost place in the back. Returns. Okay, she already does the swap thing that you really want for battlefield retreat things to do. How do I gain battlefield retreat? Not skill 2. Consume already. On self and gain plus ready on self attack weight max. 3 plus ready. 1 stack per turn. The affected allies of Jaw family. Okay, we're gonna get more Jaw family units. Gain ready at combat start. And then she has a rupture owned. Rupture poise. Flash power 1. Alright. Alright, this fight is not a
적출할게요.
we should be fine. Is that an 18? Did she clash a 21 and 21 on her
정확히 꿰뚫었습니다. 준비를 철저히 해놓고
on her skill 3 without any stacks? That's insane. Did I see that to be true, or is she just rolling a 21 on her skill 3 without?
덮어놓고
Let's see
공격하는
that
것보다
again.
저걸
So
잘
it'll be
관찰하는 게
5 more
좋은
turns before that happens.
시간 끌 것 없이
12 on her skill 1, which is not bad. Not bad at all. Then they have a 5-point unbreakable. Ring defense, but for rupture.
이상하게 울부짖는군.
Is that true?
개체가 술수를 쓴 것 같습니다. 예측한
불필요한
것보다 더
번심은
시간이
사용하죠.
걸릴 수도 있겠군요.
저는
Does this
조용한 게
gain
좋아서요.
coin? Does this reuse coin? Are you seeing the 5 coin unbreakable? The enemy has it. Why would I be worried about the enemy having a 5 coin unbreakable? This is I'm not afraid of this encounter. They're jars. My name is Link from The Legend of Zelda. I kill jars.
계속하면 되겠네.
Simply I don't know why people are afraid of unbreakable coins. They have poison. That's actually what I'm afraid of more, actually.
더 노력해.
As a 4 coin. A rupture. I'm not seeing this 5 coin unbreakable.
잘근잘근 씹어버리겠네.
This music do be good though. But this, I mean, I'm not afraid of this encounter. They have a pretty high stagger threshold, which I think their stagger threshold at like 90%. So you stagger them, well, you clash with them, stagger them, and then they don't use their unclashable. And your next turn you kill them with your damage. Well, they are zombies. That is true. We're gonna see an improved version of this. Yeah, see, that's exactly what you're supposed to do with them. I'm sorry, I was supposed to watch for Ishmael's skill 2.
불필요한 번심은 사용하죠. 저는 조용한 게 좋아서요.
Because I still don't know. I know this will do 12 at high. But for damages or skill 2? Oh, it's exactly like Ringy saying then, huh? Or I want to see. I think next turn I will be getting it. Oh, now I. Oh, what the hell? Okay, I see. That's what you. They have. Oh, see, they have a four coin upgrade.
저희가
from what I
우세한
saw.
상황입니다. 이미 매뉴얼을 대여섯 번은 어긴
I wanna-
직원들도 보이는데
I want
이
to
책임은
see that
다음에
ish
묻도록
damage
하죠.
actually. So 1 sec. Okay, this should do it. Helm's off the bench. For the Amazon worker. I understand now. I see what he has in mind.
씹어버리겠네.
Now that's her skill tree.
불끈을 지원할 뿐.
Please do not kill. Okay, good. Ish skill. Alright. I'll see her skill soon next combat. Kill.
빈박질 중.
Kill yourself. Me when the jar when it plays the game, kill yourself. Ooh.
오늘 부끄럽지
8,
않았습니다.
11. Alright, we do
의를
that.
바로 세우는 데 일조하였으니 내일은
God.
더 떳떳이 살아갈 수
Damn it.
있겠군요.
Alright.
활
How long
배터리
is
교체
part 1? Because
했었나?
I think I do have to get off soon. I have to do something.
이번 의뢰가
see that in
끝나면
regular mirror dungeon
선배에게
gameplay.
찻집을
That is
같이
true.
가자고 해보려고요.
I did my I stored up my mirror dungeon from
그건 월세가
my hard
해결되면
mirror dungeon
생각해볼게.
from last week because that's
선배님,
what I do.
언제 오셨어요?
But this week I need to do at least 7 easy mirror dungeons to keep track with MB6 coming out soon probably. I didn't equip. Into part 2. Oh buddy. Oh my poor throat. Okay, we'll play for another 30 minutes and then to 19.
이런.
To 19.
아무래도 증원을 불렀어야 했나 봐요.
Buddy, this is. Oh boy. Okay. You need to be up to 17. All right. I'm using the 55. I'm sorry if the 54 is yours, but
시험해볼 기회구려.
we use the funny unit that's already updated forward. Luckily, there's no support currency in this game yet.
임무 시작.
패턴을 파악하는 게 중요해.
Alright, show me the
직접
skill 2.
읽지 말라고.
그리고 일단
4 coins,
시작하면
skill 2.
끝나기 전까지 갈기는 거지.
Goals an 11.
시간 끌 것 없이
Literally, I'm so close to maxing.
모두를 지워버리죠.
Do more EXP tickets. Do more EXP tickets. 2, 8. I mean, it's a lot of coins. But I'm not seeing the damage. I'm not seeing the vision yet.
그런 상태로
I might see the vision too.
싸울 생각이에요? 무리입니다.
무리일지 아닐지는 현장에
We'll see.
있는 사람들이 정할 문제야.
Right now I'm seeing the vision for the Mao unit.
숨통 끊기.
But I'm not seeing the vision for Hierarch Ishmael yet.
사무실 직원을 거느릴 저런 내는 없고.
Well, let's see.
전투는 끝나지 않아. 제법 좋은 인력이.
Oh yeah, I definitely have to hop up in 30 minutes, but we'll get as far as possible. Oh no. I'm glad she has a good amount. I'm glad she has a gluttony skill though, because that really helps with a bunch of other things. Oh my god, what the hell? Are there 2 different types? Oh buddy, okay. This fight is a lot scarier than I initially thought. But it should be fine. I should be fine. Oh no. Are they? Okay. It might be. It might just be normal Flash. Let me see. Why did I fear the jars? That is so true. I did say that. My hubris.
나쁘지 않은 공격 방식이었어.
선배는
One sec.
그걸 한눈에
What are they weak to?
뭐
That
기본이지.
doesn't help me. Weak to pierce. Okay, they take normal damage. Never do gluttony. Yeah, well, I should be fine. Alright, let's...
시간 끌 것 없이 모두를 지워버리죠.
대체에게 치명적인 손상을 입히는 데 성공했다.
If it's all fights until 17, we might get there. Oh my god. Okay, good, they kill themselves.
직전의 공격처럼 개체에게 치명적인 일격을 가해봅시다.
What the? Brother, this guy stinks. Holy. What? All of her attacks are basically neutral, yeah. I think gluttony damage is slightly more gluttony damage.
계속하면 되겠네.
Is actually Blunder Slash is to this. Let's see. missive count that they would remove. That's unfortunate. You need more units with rupture count. Give me a unit with like only rupture count, no rupture potency. Please a blunt unit. That's a good role to have in the current environment of rupture.
저는 조용한 게 좋아서.
적출할게요.
이제 깨우치시길.
I mean, it's useful to have on hand for clashing, for big fight, for bigging, but I don't really think about damage. Okay, I don't really think about skill damage that much. I'm gonna be honest with you. I just think about if I could win the clash, and if I could win the clash, I win the game. Skill 1, skill 2 blunt, skill 3 slash. Yeah. Oh fuck. What was that? What remained inside the hall after the battle was devastating. Many of the audience seats had fled, as the seats were once brimming with people were only half filled, and the cannons in them. It was littered with the bodies of candidates who were mauled to death. We have pretty good application within the pack. That's why you should main syncing the superior status. I main Tremor, excuse you, and I thought you have a unit that was Talisman. That's true. I mean, I feel like the problem with ruptures that you with multi-coin skills, you just burn through your rupture count too much, too fast, and you don't build your and obviously once you clear the rupture stack, your potency goes back to 0 rather than probably like 30 or something, where it was. So that's why the Ishmael skill 2 is still like iffy for me, but the skill 3 is perfectly fine for me because it applies. It only takes down the rupture stack by 1, and presumably is count neutral. Meanwhile, the jar monsters, having eaten their fill, had already called back into the jar. Get back in the jar. After I looked around and saw some cannons still holding tightly onto the treasures they each had brought to the contest, even as they drew their last breaths. Amidst all this destruction, stood the cause of chaos, watching the slaughter play out with assured confidence. Insane laughter.
이렇게 우둔하고
How
나약해서야
will you attain freedom from
불로를 얻고 불사를
How will
막을
you
수
argue freedom
있겠느냐?
from death? Mind so dull and body so frail.
어떻습니까?
What say you, judges? Drop them down the
불로
hole.
불사의
Actually,
단서에 더해 거짓을 구한
transcends
자들을
you not only
없애는
the clue to
고백까지
immortality, but also a treasure
가져왔으니
that brings
이것이
ruin to
저희의
those who dare
답입니다.
deceive you. Here's my answer to the perennial question. Honestly, that's a pretty good answer.
그 항아리에
So
진흙을
she had brought us
구해왔구나.
the clay of the jar.
살아남지 못한 이들은
Can
가주의
be said
자격을
that those
갖추지
who failed to
못했다 보는
survive do not
것이었겠죠.
qualify as family hierarchists, yes?
솔가판
Pen of the Shui family passes.
자칫하다가 다 죽어버릴 수 있었는데.
It's true. Just the past when you almost got everyone in here killed? Yes.
저들의 기준에는
All
부합되었던
that
것이
matters is
되죠.
that he had brought what he had brought meets their standards. That is true.
겸사겸사
He looks like he
나약한
managed to get
경쟁자들도
2 birds
일찌감치
with one stone. He
제거해버리고
eliminated the distracting rabble from the
저자에게
competition.
일석이조였겠군.
혹시라도 2차전에서 만나게
good.
되면
This section's gonna be shorter.
그때 후려 갈기는 걸로 난
If you ever
끝낼
run into the
거다.
bastarded round, you better make me take more than a few swings at him. Alrighty, calm down.
28번째 참가자
28th candidate,
사씨
Shi
가문의
Dazen from the
대조.
Shi family. No one walked up to the platform. Well, maybe she's dead.
모습을 드러내지
He has failed to
않았기에
appear. He's
탈.
eliminated by default. Yippee. Sha Sheng called out a few more names thereafter, but
29번째 30번째
언뜻
Yeah,
보기에도
people are
인원이
dying.
줄었군.
a number of families have clearly been called. Yippee. But none appeared.
또 같은
Disappointingly, Mother MP.
확실히
Oh, meteor
어중이
bunch.
떠중이들은
Okay. Well, the meteor bunch got wiped out from the attack.
남은
Yeah.
것들도 죄 지쳐 헐떡이는
And the leftovers are exhausted. Ryosho looked around as though she wanted to do some sort of critique. Huh? That's luck. Oh no. Don't worry, Ryosho. Your time is coming. Oh. Okay.
이런 개.
That mother.
이야, 어디다가
Well.
하려는가 했더만 이런 데서
I
늦은
thought you'd
곳이
gone and vanished from the
나타났지?
earth. What the hell you're doing crawling around there?
야,
Girl, I saw you giving me the evil eye. At least have the decency to say hi, eh? Ryoshu, that guy you're talking to, right? Her eyes are glowing. Pull out your sword. Ha. And in a very rare display of raw emotion, I realized she was anxious and furious, buddy.
알던 분이세요?
Do you know him?
뭔
What an absolute unit. I mean, he is
키가
large.
2m는 되겠는데?
Looks out of at least 2 meters tall. Ooh, buddy.
저자를 바라보지 마세요,
like-
단테.
It's like 6'6".
그리고 여러분들도
Do not look at that man, Dante, and everyone else. Avert your eyes as well.
아무 말씀도 하지 마시기를
It is
권고합니다.
strongly recommended that we do not say a word to him.
그러지. 나한테 말 걸라면
That's right,
너희들이
you
급이
shrubs. You gotta
되는지는
first
한번
rack them PC
생각해보고
brain of
씹으려야 할
yours.
것
You gotta think real
아니냐?
hard about whether you come even close to my rank before running your mouths. You hear?
저 새끼.
That shithead,
손가락이다.
Leheng.
네.
He's a finger. A finger.
엄지는 손가락 중 상명하복의 제일 엄격한
He's a
조직입니다.
syndicate with the strict adherence to a rigid hierarchical structure, even among the fingers.
그리고 저자는
And
엄지의
his
가포
placement in the
중에서도
hierarchy is the highest
제일
even among
높은
their
언더보스
capos. His
직전의
rank is
직급.
immediately beneath the position of Soto Capo, or the underboss. Ah, the third hand man.
자그마한 실수가 큰 싸움으로 번질 수 있으니
Ah, a mistake
전부
could
조용히
drag us
해주실
into
것을
battle. We
명령해
do not
주세요,
want to fight.
단테.
Please order everyone to not say a word, Dante. I do not want to know what is going on, but I get it. You're saying that we're this close to having another Ricardo hunting us down, right? Yes, please. I do not want to fight Ricardo again. Yes, let's avoid that. Do as Faust asks, everyone. Leheng began stomping his way through the crowd towards us, casually but forcefully shoving anyone in his way to the sides. His gall and blasé and brutish. Oh, his gall was blasé and brutish, but I noticed his eyes were fixed intently on Ryoshu. It seemed that among the crowd were some people in higher positions as well, but even they either averted their eyes or voluntarily got out of his way. He marched confidently through the frozen crowd, as though he was familiar with this kind of reception, until a cry rang out from the crowd.
에바, 너 지금 어느 안전이라고 남궁현아 도련님의
I can't believe
자리까지
you're
와서
about to die.
시야를 막는 거냐?
You there,
이
you big
자리는
boot, how dare you
장차
block
4대
young
가문이
master
될 우리 남궁.
Yangong's Jahwe view? Have you no? I'll have you know that you stand before the retinue of the Nagang family, the house that shall soon be one of the 4 houses. Oh, buddy. Instead of a reply, we heard a blast of gunpowder that saw the right arm of the man who spoke up. Oh, he's alive! Catapulted into the air. Lamau. The scream muffled as shoveled his giant hand down the man's throat. Oh, it's gonna be dead. Then, with the sound of wet meat being pulled apart, he ripped the entirety of the man's tongue out through his mouth. Oh, okay. Young Master Nyanggang Jahe, ain't it? You owe me an arm now. Mighty sorry, but you should have kept a tighter leash on your boy's John. The young master of some prestigious house presented his right hand, although it was clear that he was utterly terrified. Leheng proceeded to grab his hand and break off his forearm like snapping a twig. Absolute unit. I went on easy on you, boy. Seeing a friendly face put me in a good mood. Anywho, I don't reckon you missed the spider sauce, eh? I can't imagine why anyone would. Gives me the heebie-jeebies too, whenever I gotta swing by. We got some catching up to do later. I'll teach you how to hold your sword real good, like right back when.
그래도
Weren't mine the best of them out of them all? I taught you how to make every cut real fucking delicious. Okay.
류슈 씨,
Ryoshu.
아직 때가 아닙니다.
Now is not yet the time. Oh boy, I can't wait to see him in Canto 9. Faust whispered to Ryoshu. Oh wait, is this Canto 9. Faust whispered to Ryoshu in a low voice without raising her head. Shut up for a damn
입사
second.
전의 약속을 아직 기억하시리라. 파우스트는 믿습니다.
Faust trusts that you remember the promise made prior to your employment.
어깨 힘 좀 빼라.
Get that
네 데리러
stick
온
out of
것도
your behind,
아니고
kiddo. I ain't here to
그때처럼
pick
뭘
you up.
가르쳐주려고
I'm sure
온
as
것도
hell ain't
아니게.
trying to teach you a lesson either, like back when.
그 새끼 아직 그 집에
Why is this
있잖아.
cigar floating?
아니요?
Your baby's still at the house, ain't that right? Mommy? Ryoshu was grabbing the hilt of her sword like she was about to unsheath it. Ooh, buddy. The same sword she refused to unsheath for the duration of our entire journey.
아닌가?
Huh? Am I wrong about that? Just what in tarnation happened then? I ain't exactly nose deep in them fellas' business. I gotta understand. I guess something as sure as hell went down though,
뭔 일이 있긴
didn't it?
했는가?
Huh.
겁나
Now ain't that
재밌다.
something? So you fixed to unsheath that blade?
류슈 씨,
Miss Ryoshu. I wish they drew her like holding the sword right here. That'd be really cool. In a quiet but coldly stern voice, Faust calls Ryoshu's name. Ryoshu. Okay. Oh dang it. What in the gosh dang? Haha, my bad. Y'all. I really gotta take this. It's the underboss calling. Y'all gotta understand.
다음에 네가 애비들 얘기나
Alrighty
거시기
then, I'll be
해보자고.
with you later.
요시다.
We could talk about your daddies. Or shoot some other shit then. See you around, Yoshihide. Ah, Ryoshi's real name is Yoshihide. The strange man turns around and stomps his way through the crowd again, his booming voice reverberating across the entire hall as he loudly boisterously answers the call. He's gotta be here for the family hierarchy war, right?
누가 가주가 되느냐에 따라
The outcome of the family hierarchy
당분간의 이
evaluation
지사
determines
방향이
the immediate
결정되니
foreseeable
다양한
future
자들의
of
이권이
each
보이지
court,
않는
which brings
곳에서부터
parties of varying possibly
눈앞에까지
passionate
펼쳐질
interest
때죠.
here. It's true.
그래도 히스클리프 씨
Hey, Heathcliff.
이번에는 잘 참아줬네요.
Did you notice he didn't rush ahead this time? I was worried it was going to be like the time with the middle. Oh, good. Ryoshu dealing with the middle. Not Ryoshu now. Heathcliff. Do not steal hair coupons anymore, Heathcliff, please. I know a thing or two about the thumbs back in the syndicate, back from my syndicate days, and about what happened with the middle. Like I said, I had no bloody idea of who those things belonged to. Besides, that sword is more powerful and more violent than Ricardo, an individual we encountered in the past. Great. The thumb commands its own manner of terror and violence, unlike that of the middle. As we were all sharing our impressions of Lehang, I found Ryoshu frozen in place in the same position she had been in while Lehang walked past her, spacing out.
소집까지인가?
All the way to the pinky, huh? Ryoshu muttered something to herself, as even further chaos was about to overtake the crowd and the candidates. If Ryoshu was a pinky, that's pretty cool.
32번째 참가자
Shachui.
가치우.
Gachu. Next candidate. And at the mere mention of the name, the chaos that had swallowed the hall immediately settled into the hushed silence. Well, yeah, the favor this year. Huh. Zachu walked up to the platform, unaccompanied by his own faction, but not alone. These are Runa Camus, anyway. Okay. Who are those people next to Zachu?
저는
I've
초면이네요.
never met them before.
아, 그렇다면
Now that must
저분이
mean they're Big
가치우
Brothers
형님이
Zachu's
찾은
answers to
블로불사의 답인가 보네요.
immortality.
대체 어떤 사람들이길래?
Who could they possibly be?
전투적으로 그렇게
Neither
뛰어난
of
자들
them appear to be
같지는 않아
particularly
보이건.
skilled in combat.
오히려
Yeah, they're both constantly looking around like they're
연신
nervous.
두리번거리시네요.
저자는
Then they are.
도서관의 생존자라고
House believes they are
하우스트는
survivors of the
생각합니다.
library. Oh. Okay. Survivors.
피할 수 없었던 어떤
milking
불가항력에서
Runa in Limbus Company. The only ones that survive the impossible inevitable odds and its insurmountable force.
유일하게 살아남아 그것을
They are the
설명할 수
only
있게 된
survivors
자.
who may be able to explain that very force, possibly.
1차 심사 참가자
Candidate Zhu of the Xia family. That Zhu didn't spend much time behind the curtains. He walked out soon after, his steering expression unchanged from when he entered it.
증언을 들어보니 확실하구나.
Testimony rings true. They are both surprised of the place that soared beyond the
결국
star of the city
사라져버린
before it
그곳에서
vanished.
살아나온 이가 맞다.
당시
It is
초대장을
a shame that
구하지
they were
못한
unable to
것이
procure
이제 와서
ourselves an
아쉬운 일을
invitation
남게
then.
되었군요.
합격.
He passes. Yachu's expression did not bulge.
긴장이라는 걸 하긴 했을까?
Anxiety's got to be a foreign concept to that guy. It's true.
그럼
Then that
남은
covers all the
참가자는
candidates.
더 이상 없나? 이 자리에 와주신
For
4대
the first
가문
round complete, all
모두에게
four families who have graced this hall.
잠깐만요.
Excuse me. Unlike Xiaochu, whose appearance plunged the hall into utter stillness, Honggu's sudden interjection roused the room to a roaring chaos of confusion once again. Yippee. Baoyu. What?
아직 마지막 참가자가 남은 것
I
같아서요.
think you might have missed the candidate.
그게 무슨
He's
말이냐?
spitting. What do you mean?
심사에 나서는 자들의 내역은 이것으로
I believe we have covered every candidate present in this list.
제가
You
남았거든요.
missed me.
가시 가문의 보호기 가주 심사에 참가합니다.
Baoyu of the Xia family will partake in the family hierarchy evaluations. Alright. Okay. Let's go.
오늘 부끄럽지 않았습니다. 의를 바로 세우는 데 일조하였으니
More story.
내일은
Can I get through
떳떳이
this
살아갈 수
chapter in
있겠군요.
10 minutes? We're gonna try. And then I have to leave after this. Last story, and then we... I want to see if I can stream tomorrow. But I'll be busy, so maybe not. Well, oh, I can definitely stream Saturday. Is that Xia Baoyu? What is that doing here? And what did he just say?
예상은 하고
I
있었지만
had a feeling this was going to happen,
엄청나게
but we
시선을
really
끌고
kicked the
있네요.
hornet's nest, huh?
자자,
Hark, one and all,
보시게.
and gaze upon our
마지막
glory.
용사들이
The 11th hour
이곳에
of the final band of hero arrives. You sang. Don't pretend you're not with us, huh? At least give the audience a wave. Guys, I don't think they're taking the announcement too well.
대부분이 당혹감 속에
A large
닭을
portion of the audience
일정상 걸리고 있거나
vociferously expressing their collective confusion, wrath, and concern.
소리를 지르고 있다.
These emotions are expressed by the jaws that have been opened past a certain degree. As Merceau observed, I realized that the chaos wasn't restricted to the audiences. The canons were starting to get agitated too.
저런 놈이지. 겉으로는 실실
The
웃다.
area he is, the disgusting, duplicitous bastard, brings annihilation to everyone around him with his silly, innocent smile.
어떻게 된 거야? 보호기는
What's going on?
가주대전
I
참가
thought
안 하는
Baoyu
거
wasn't
아니었어?
participating in the hierarchy war.
결국
That dumbass. SYNC. Explain yourself now.
뭐 하는 거지?
Miss Sal told me to grab
가만에서
onto your sword like my life depended on it if
요슈
you
씨가
said
그
that
말하면
exact phrase.
제 목숨을
Exact
걸고
phrase?
칼을 붙들고
Lamau?
있으라 했어요.
아이씨.
Blimey, can we just...
히스클리프 씨도요.
He mentioned you too.
그냥
He
싹 다
told me
패버리자
if
같은
you
말을
ever said
하면
anything like, can't we just give him a good beating and be done with it? I should...
이런 광경은
Haha, what a
오랜만이네요.
throwback. Thank you, Miss Sod. Oh, Sinclair, you're such a good boy.
정숙.
Decorum.
정숙하시오.
I demand decorum.
네 몸에
I hope you
생책이라도
do not
나면
mean to
어쩌려는
risk having
게냐?
your body marred.
지금이라도
After all your name,
모르고
it isn't too late
어서.
now.
가볼게요.
I'm heading in, Father.
아버지.
33번째 참가자.
Baoyu of the Xia
가시
family.
가문의 앞으로.
Come forth.
단테님
Ready, Dante?
준비되셨죠?
I do not know.
그리고
And
로슈 씨도요.
what about you, Ryoshu?
뭐든지 썰고 싶다.
I'm itching to get chopping.
기분이 굉장히 더럽군.
I need to vent this shitty feeling.
파우스트 씨
Are you sure they're going to be okay, Faust?
괜찮겠죠?
괜찮은 것이 아니라 하더라도
This is something that must be done
해야 하는
regardless of the
것은
soundness of its,
해야 하는
of its
것입니다.
participants. Great. Faust spoke sternly.
나는
I still quite
여전히 이
detest this
계획이
plan.
그리 마음에 들지 않소.
사실
Let's be
누구도
honest for a second.
이
Are there
계획을
any of us who
뒷팔 걸려 환영하는 사람은
actually
없어요.
happy to go through with this? Sigh.
아니, 대부분.
Alright, I guess there's one. Honglu, Ryoshu, and I walked up to the platform. Up close, it was much larger, grander, and more imposing than I thought it would be.
선을 넘어서 들어오거라.
Enter the fabric threshold. Once we walked past the curtains, as instructed, we saw Jia Zhuanchun, Xiamu, and Jia Zheng waiting for us inside.
출가의 생에서
I do not know
어떠한 심정의 변화가
in your life
있었는지
beyond the hedges
모르겠으나
could have brought this change of heart.
네가 가주에
But to see you
도전하는
aspire for this,
진귀한
to
광동을
the seat of
보게 될
hierarchy
줄이야.
is indeed a sight most curious.
오랜만이에요.
It's been a
누님.
while, big sister.
큐사에서의 생활은
Has the life in Q-Corp been treating you well?
무사평안하셨나요?
많은 것을 보고
I've seen
배웠지.
and learned much.
네가 그랬을
Must,
것처럼
as you must have, Aoyu.
이곳에
Now,
발걸음을
I see
한
your true
연유가
reason for returning home today.
이것이
죄송해요 할머님.
I'm sorry,
세간에
grandmother. I
밝히지
thought
않는
better
편이
than to
좋을
let
것
this,
같았어요.
let this be common knowledge.
그렇느냐?
So you did.
의사를
Now that you
밝힌
have
이상
revealed your intent,
물러날
withdrawal
곳은
is no longer an
없겠지.
option. Thanks, Grandma, for making me commit.
그래,
Very well.
네가
Now
가지고 온
present the answer
답은
that you have brought here
무엇이더냐?
today.
정말 많은
I'm sure you
분들이
have already
이
sat
자리에
through
서서
many
각자가 찾은
people
것에
standing
대해
in the same place I
알려주려
am
했을
now.
거라고 생각해요.
Explain to you what it is what I had brought.
그러니 번잡스럽게
But I
천마디의
suppose you'd
말보다는
much prefer that I give
눈앞에서
you a
보여드리는
straightforward
편이
visual demonstration
여러모로
to
좋으실
make you
테죠.
sit through another 1,000-worded lecture. Honglu gave Ryoshu a nod.
네, 괜찮아요.
Yes, I'm okay.
저희가 그들에게 보여줄 수
Our
있는
answer
답은
that we may be able to demonstrate before them
단테 씨의 힘으로
is the
언제든 살아날 수
resurrection
있는
via
생.
Dante's power to show them this
자체입니다.
death is but a temporary setback.
그리고 그걸
And
제일
most
극적으로 보여주기
dramatic
위해서는
demonstration of the ability would be to draw Ryoshu's sword. Cut him in half, in fact. Ah. Wow.
그래. 이건 인정해야겠네.
Indeed, you have certainly demonstrated something.
지금까지 나온 참가자 중에서
You were
제일
at least
지루하지
the dreary
않았다.
part of today,
보호가.
Bao Yu.
아,
I see.
그렇다면 제가 눈앞에서 목숨을
I
잃는
mean, to
편이
get killed
제일
in front of them.
효과적이겠네요.
I mean, yeah,
그것도 아주 확실하게요.
without any room for ambiguity at that.
그렇습니다.
Yes.
어,
Huh. Then,
저희 중 한 명이
look at
홍루
Ryoshu.
씨를
I mean, she looked really hot there, to
목숨을
be honest.
잃게끔 만들어야 한다는 건가요?
Sure that Honglu no longer lives? She had demon eyes. I mean, yeah. She was really hot there. I'm gonna be honest. Like, she no longer lives?
야, 허감이 뭐 그리
Oh,
거창해.
no longer to beat around the bush.
우리 처음 만났을 때 기억 안 나냐?
Remember that what we did to each other when we first met? Yeah, we already
그렇다면
killed each other. It's pretty. Then, Heathcliff, is the implication that you
홍루군을
are still willing to murder Honglu without hesitation? Yes.
살해.
Murder maid?
야,
Did you really have to
뭐
put it
말을
like...
그렇게?
더 이상 악인들이 아닌
Verily,
동료들을
I do not
해치는
wish
걸
to hurt my
싫네.
good companions more than I already have.
다행이라 해야 할지 모르겠지만
It may be a stretch to say that it is so fortunate. However,
저희 중에서 고통
we seem to
없고
have an
신속하면서
individual among us
동시에
who may be
아무런
able to
가책이
carry out a
없이
task in most
이 작전을
painless,
도와주실
swift, and
분이
unburdened
계시는
manner.
듯.
And everyone immediately turned to look at. Oh, she's so happy.
그래서 어떤 모양으로 패면 되지?
So, how would you like to be cut?
뇌횡.
Where's that fucker Lang? Who is he working with? It seemed that slicing Honglu in half did nothing to distract Ryoshu from her own thoughts. She's still thinking of... Xiaomu watched in silence, motionless in her seat.
뇌까지 절단했군.
You have split his brain in half.
이 아이는
You have irreversibly ended this child's life. Not
생명보험으로도
even life insurance
되살아나지
shall be
못할
able to bring him
것이다.
back now. Value.
자,
Well then,
이제 어떻게 나올
what will you do now?
뭘 하더라도 본래의 옥으로
You have
돌아오지
no
못할
means
터
to restore this fate of the
가문의
family,
보석을
or your
망가뜨리게
transgressions would
돌려.
clock spin it. And so it turned, one of the most high-intensity situations I ever turned it. The muscle fibers, the nerves, and the flesh that was split all began to reconnect, like a rewinding videotape. Huh? Wait, why doesn't this hurt at all? Well, yeah, it was a clean cut. Let's go with the sword with no joke. He didn't even feel the slightest bit of discomfort. I doubt Honglu even realized that he was dying.
우리 보기가 못
Value.
본 사이에
I truly realized that it has been a while since we met.
담대해진 게
He
분명하구나.
has grown quite bold.
짐승 냄새.
I smell beasts. Oh, buddy. Dark shadows appeared out of the curtains, surrounding us before I even realized what was happening.
소, 닭,
Bull,
용,
rooster,
원숭이.
dragon, monkey. The Heishu are here.
불도
I should have
불살
looked at those
해답을
posters,
찾아오라
those
하였지.
portraits more. The task was to find the answer to freedom from aging and death.
금기를 무시하고 난장을 피우라 한 것은 아니었는데
Not to break the taboo and precipitate the destruction of our home.
이전에 H사를 이끌
It has not
그
been long
가문이
since the family
멸문한지
once
그리
held
오래되지도
H and brought it to ruin. No arbiter nor flaw shall ravage the family of Huangyuan again. Jianchun, you're to be ready to command the Heisha to kill all of us, but... Grandma? Grandma, please. Silence her with a wave of her head.
기다리거라.
You will wait.
가문은
Excellent. Venerable Jamu.
부활이 끝나면 틀림없이
Once
머리가
the resurrection is complete, the head will.
그러니 그
We
전에
must end
끝내야
this before they
일각만
hold, but for 15
기다리거라.
minutes at least.
판단이
To be rash
섣부르면
in judgment is
반드시
to judge
놓치는 것이
incompletely.
있기 마련. 나는
I
우리의
wish not
보물과
to lose either our
불로불사의
treasure
탄성.
and a clue to immortality.
아, 감사해요, 루시님. 정말 아무런 아픔도 느껴지지 않았어요. 그리고 단테님도요.
Thank you, Ryoshu. It really didn't hurt at all. And you too, Dante. No problem, buddy.
말
할머니,
Grandmother.
그리고
Big sis,
원춘누님
Chongchun.
보셨죠?
Did you
이게
see
제가
that? This is
찾은
the immortality I found.
불로불사의 방법이랍니다.
오지 않는 건가?
Are we safe?
부시불보.
If aught be owed, a swift vengeance shall arrive in time, is simply yet to return. This is some ancient Chinese phrase I do not understand. Yamu's quiet utterance seemed to dissipate the forces that had surrounded us outside the curtains.
가주심사 1차
Jia
참가자
Bao Yu, in the first round of
가보
family hierarchy evaluations,
합격이란다.
you pass. Yippee! Bao Yu of the Zhao family passes. What trickery is this? I thought he was off in some sightseeing tour away from Hongyan like a jobless rich kid, when he managed to find his own answer? Oh yeah, of course. Thus end the first round. Those who passed must prepare for the second round, set to commence tomorrow. Remember, the candidates are barred from harming one another between now and the commencement of the second round of the evaluations. Okay. This is your one and only rule, thus remember it well. Anyone dare break it shall be immediately disqualified. That is all. As soon as Xia Sheng announced the end of the first round, everyone in the audience began to rushing towards the first door. Let's get out of here. Getting mixed up with that crowd is probably not going to be a great idea. Let's get out of here.
네, 저희는 곧바로
Indeed.
홍루
Let's
씨의
immediately
방으로
return to Hong
이동하도록
Lu's
하죠.
room. We decided to slip out of here before the courier scouts swept us away. However, as we turned around to leave... Hey, buddy. Hi. I'm trying to romance you. Stood Xiachui in our path.
아, 치우 형님이시군요.
Big brother Chi.
1차 대전에 합격한
Congratulations
걸
on passing the first
축하드려요.
round.
도련님도 합격하셨다죠?
I hear that you have passed as well, young
축하드려요.
master. Congratulations are in order, it seems.
평생토록 가주 자리에는
She
일만의
is
관심조차 보이지 않으셨던 도련님.
No, that's just her sash. How is it that you, young master, who have not shown an inkling of ambition towards the seat of the hierarch,
어쩐 일로 이렇게
suddenly emerged as
주목을
one of its
한 몸에
candidates,
받으며
possibly stealing the
가수대전에
show?
나오셨을지.
뭐 갑자기
Well, you
욕심 날
know,
수도 있는 거
sometimes
아니겠어?
people get swept up by random surges of ambition.
욕심을 낸 건
Wasn't that surge
도련님이
of
아니라
ambition your
그대들의
company's,
회사가
and
아닐런지.
not young master values? Well, if our last meeting didn't confirm it, it sure seems that like they know us well.
테두리 안에 있자 하였건을 벌써 가생이에서 난장을 피우다니.
Pardon me. Have we not impressed upon you enough that we nicely remain within our borders? Instead, he sparked such disorder at the fringes of the perimeter.
가시춘의 뜻에 휘둘리는 걸로 상황이
I had
끝날
thought
것이라 여겼는데.
that his only role in design would be played like a pawn, like Shichun, no more.
죽은
My
도련님을
lord,
너무
perhaps you were
과대평가한 게
overstimulated by
아니신지요.
this young master. Huh?
아직도 너는
Are you still believe that this inaction is a path without consequence? I'm pretty sure she's voiced by Merceau's voice actor, but I could be wrong. Also, I really want a Merceau ID based on this guy.
전에 인사도
I
제대로 못
didn't even get
드렸네요.
to say hello
치우
to you
형님.
earlier, brother Chi.
가시 가문의 보호.
Bao Yu of the
정식으로
Jia family
인사드립니다.
formally extends his greetings to you.
성인이 된
I
이후로는
realize this is
정식으로
the first
얼굴을
time we're
맞대고
meeting face to
인사드리는
face
게
since I reached
처음이네요.
adulthood. Huh. Okay.
그나저나 이화
Speaking
형님과
of
경도
which,
씨의
did you manage
머리는
to stitch Big Brother
원래대로 잘
Yuha and
붙여주었나요?
Mingtao's heads back together, back onto their bodies? Ooh.
Huh?
Heathcliff was the first to let out a flabbergasted gasp before the other sinners followed suit.
홍원의 형제자매끼리는 항상
Guess that's
저런
just how
식으로 인사를
siblings in
주고받는
Hongyan
게
greet each other,
일상인가
huh?
보죠.
I mean, yeah.
보차 씨가 유별나게 상냥한
Siblings
타입이었나 봐.
like Miss Baochai was just a particularly nice exception.
탓할 이유가 없는 물음을 던지는가.
You asked the question that no one deserves to answer.
일말의 준비도 없이
You arrived
제치가
here
왔다면
unprepared and you
맨몸
cast
불길에
yourself into the
뛰어들었나.
flames, all for a mere reason that your turn had come?
여전히 같은 생각이라면
If your mind hasn't changed,
지금까지
then it would
그랬던
have been
것처럼
wise to remain
눈에 띄지
unseen
않고
and unnoticed
조용히
as you
있는
were.
것이.
네, 걱정해
Yes,
주셔서
thank you for your
감사해요.
concern. This facade of
관조를
wisdom and
흉내내는 버릇.
pensiveness worn upon your speech
도통 고치지
is truly
못하는
intraceable. Intractable.
제가 그랬나요?
Do I do that? Noticing Jachi's hand tighten around his weapon, Ismail just quickly jumps in. In case you forgot, there's a rule preventing candidates who pass the first round from killing each
저만
other.
기억하는 건
Hopefully I'm
아니죠?
not the only one who remembers that.
계속 위협적으로 나오신다면
If you're going to continue to bully
저희도
us,
다음 수단을
don't
쓸
be
수밖에
surprised if there are
없다는 점을 알아주시면
consequences.
좋겠는데요. 오티스 씨,
Otis, you finished the
준비는
preparations,
끝내둔
right?
거죠?
The
지원군들은
reinforcements are
지금
standing by at the
건물 앞까지
front
도착한
gates.
상태다.
Huh?
우리한테 지원군이
Reinforcements?
있어.
그래서
Which
섯불리
is why
행동하는
I'm
것은
warning you
2차 선발을
that
두고
you take
쓸데없는
any rash
무력전이 벌어질
action
수도 있다는
prior to
거지.
the start of your second round, which could result in a pointless skirmish for the both of us. Shut up, Heathcliff.
허장성세로구나.
A loud boast
애당초
from an illusionary array in an
무력을
empty
처음부터
fortress, though. I
내세울
believe
도리가
that
아니라
sheer might is
생각한다면.
hardly the quality one should flaunt. That's true. Yeah, Otis.
여기서 너희와 겨룰 생각은
I
없다.
am not intent on fighting you here.
가보.
Xiao Baoyu,
제
you will
그릇에
beget
맞지 않은
great
것을
suffering by
담으려
endeavoring to embrace beyond your
큰 화를
abilities.
피하지 못할 것이다.
그러나
Yet, if
부딪혀
he still wishes
깨어지고
to challenge
싶다면
and be broken,
그
then
또한
perhaps our
술래며
outcome is simply meant
섭리일테죠.
to be. And with that, they turned around and left us. It seemed like they were only here to give us a warning. What a
조마조마했어요.
relief. I thought we'd have to fight Jachio and his Heisho pack. Yeah, that would have been fucked up.
눈치챈 것 같긴 하지만
I see that
합은
they did
좋았네요,
see right through us
오티스
in
씨.
the end, but nice teamwork, Otis.
무례하게
What
짝이 없는
unbelievable
놈들이었다.
imprudence.
말하는 내내
Did you
우리는
notice
쳐다보지
how they did
않도록.
not even glance at the rest of us throughout the entire exchange? Nodders from everyone. Zue Baochai peeked out from a pillar before walking up to Honglu. You passed the first round. I'm so happy for you, Baoyu. Seriously, what's going on here? I didn't imagine even in my wildest dreams that you'd be participating in the family hierarch war.
보차 누나도 1차 심사에서
Congratulations
합격한
on
걸
you too,
축하해.
big sister Baochai, for passing the first round.
나한테 숨겼을 정도면
Gathering from the fact that you even hid it from me, you didn't really want anyone to know, right?
맞아.
Yeah, I
아마 나
imagine it
때문에
must have
다들
kicked up quite the ruckus
시끌벅적해졌을
with
것 같네.
everyone.
괜히 미안해지는구만.
Now I'm starting to feel kind
본의
of
아니게
bad about
속인 셈이
this.
되어버렸어.
Somehow we ended up lying to everyone.
뭐 어때요?
Hey, don't beat yourself up over it. Own it instead.
이렇게 된 거.
Well, if it's all the same to you, then I want to say that I'm so happy that you decided to take part.
왜냐하면 내가
How?
가주대전에 나간 사이에
I was worried that you might have already left this place so far away from me again by the time I was finished with the family hierarchy work. That would have been too bad.
그러니
I'm so glad we'll get to spend more time together, even as contestants. Don't forget to say hello and give me a wave if we ever run into each other, okay? Yes, ma'am. But Baochai left us to rejoin her faction, waving sweetly as he did so. Okay. Whew, buddy. Alright. Oof. We're going back to, the palace. And then... This is more story, but I do have to get out of here. Unfortunately, we could not finish part 1. Yeah, 8:19. Are you serious? Alright. Hopefully I'll be back here tomorrow to finish, to do more of the Canto. But yeah, thanks for everyone who dropped on in, CJ and Luminous Flame. And I hope you had a good time. Thanks for letting me borrow your hierarch Ishmael. Anyway,
그러나 부름이 필요하시다면
my voice is going away, so thanks for everyone for coming. Bye.